Step off, hoser. Welcome, everybody,
Hello.
to a brand spanking new episode of
It is.
Canuckleheads with
Yes.
yours truly and our wonderful Mr. Hop.
Thank you very much, Grum. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
I think we've lived a full year just in a very short week with all of the
telling you.
craziness that's going on. My goodness
telling you.
gracious. Yeah.
It has been an
and
absolute.
I'm telling you too.
It has been an absolute train ride, like roller coaster ride, even.
Oh yes,
Roller coaster.
As to quote a news repugnant, it is a car wreck inside of a dump. No, it's a hot mess within a dumpster fire within a train wreck. Yes, yes, it is. Took me a while to remember
Holy
that one,
shit!
but
Like,
yes, we did.
Let's see.
We did.
Oh my goodness! Well, first of all, I have to give. We'll start with a positive before we go into this absolute degeneracy. Holy cow! So I'll give a shout out to our Patreons here.
We got some.
We got a VIP in our studio here. Viper Talon, thank you so much for joining us. One of our Supreme Canuckleheads exercising one of the best.
Yes,
the best perks of being a Supreme Canucklehead. You get to have your own VIP lounge, your own private chat.
We got like champagne. We've got other couches. We've got people running around with short shorts on. And it's absolutely fantastic in the VIP lounge.
And we got ourselves a new Supreme Canucklehead as well.
Oh,
Zernobog.
Do I like this person?
Well, yeah, we do, because he's a Supreme Canucklehead now.
Okay, that's cool.
Zernobog, and of course Phoenix Aurum. Giving shout outs to those three Supreme Canuckleheads now. Thank you guys so much for helping us out and keeping us on the air and keeping our internet bill paid.
Yes, very important. We got to keep those internet hamsters happy. Make sure they keep running around on their little wheel to generate the power that we need to broadcast properly.
So yeah, let's just start out with that. If you do want to check out the Patreon, the link is in the description below.
Of course.
Every little bit helps. $5 gets you into the Discord, and you can go all the way up to Supreme Canucklehead, which will get you in the studio every single week with us.
Yes. And you can hear all the crazy background stuff that we don't.
You get like super secret stuff too.
Super secret, very secret.
that guests of the show share in the private chat, and that we talk about offline. So,
and also on top of that, all of the chairs in the virtual VIP lounge are very, very comfy.
They're like those like recliner chairs that like massage.
That's right, and they're super poofy too, and you don't have to put any quarters in to make it vibrate or anything else.
Exactly.
Like that. We spare no expense in a virtual VIP lounge.
We spare no virtual expense.
Exactly. Oh my goodness gracious!
My goodness.
So Crumb, how has been your
Viper
week?
Talon likes your shirt, by the way.
Oh really? You mean this little thing?
That one of mine came straight out of Compton.
Exactly. Well, dear Crumb, question: how can our Canucklehead fan club get a hold of these little guys if they wanted to get one, especially straight out of Compton?
Well, that is an excellent question. I'm going to pull up the Teespring.
There we go.
That's going to take a minute here, but the link to the Teespring is below as well. If you guys want to check out the cool stuff. You also have another piece of thing there, don't you?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. It's really
the four course merchandise.
Look at that.
Of course.
Look at that. Just trying to get in frame. No.
If you're ever confused about what to bring to a baseball game.
Oh, exactly. And don't forget
some people bring a fork and a horse to a baseball game.
Don't forget the back there.
Exactly.
There we go.
All right, there we go. Let's pull that up.
There we are.
So we have our lovely Canuckleheads official merchandise. Let me just pull this over here so I can actually do this properly.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! All right, so we have our lovely T-shirt.
At that loveliness,
and you get like a bunch of different colors. You can get the collars change color, right? So you can get the red.
You get the red or the whites,
or the white or the yellow.
Yeah, they got
blue
a purple
or whatever. They do have a purple one.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, there's blue, purple, like navy blue.
Green's a little weird, but purple works.
And then I'm not on camera right now, but I'm using this right now.
Yes,
this absolutely beautiful plush throw.
It's so
soft. We have. It's a fleece blanket. It's really thin. It's a light fleece.
Yes,
a nice fleece blanket. It's really, 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 really awesome.
Fleece.
And then if you
previous guests,
if you just want to deface property with our merchandise, you can get the Canuckleheads stickers as well. All that wonderful stuff.
Yes, there we go. A little bit of shelling.
A little bit of shelling.
Plus on top, that keeps get
that out of the way.
The internet hamsters happy. So
exactly. So
you're gonna feed those hamsters.
I'm hoping that everybody out there has been having a good time with all the flipping nonsense that's been going on.
Yep. Hopefully they're navigating to this crazy, interesting times we're living in. My goodness gracious.
Speaking of Supreme Canuckleheads, Phoenix Orms in the chat. What is the straight out of Scarborough shirt coming? When they start actually
Phoenix, babe. We know it's not Scarborough. What are you doing?
It's East York.
That's right.
Fun fact, Crumb is actually, I am actually from East York.
Yes.
So I am OG.
That's right, yo.
So take that. But yeah, as soon as they start, we could probably find someone to ship from there. I don't know.
Oh goodness.
And happy Full Metal Alchemist Day.
Yes,
October 3rd
is the 3rd, ain't it?
It is.
Isn't it weird when that thing got launched at what was it, 2011? It's really weird for me to see how quickly the time just slips by. My goodness gracious.
I know.
And also on top of that, who was in that Full Metal Alchemist cartoon again? I forget.
I don't know. So some dude.
Yeah, they were blacklisted in Canada, I believe, for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I met him like once or twice.
Yeah, for sure.
Good shout outs to Vic Mignogna and Full Metal Alchemist. Vic Lasagna.
Yeah, Lasagna.
I like these stupid nicknames that people give them.
Well,
I think Big Lasagna, Nick Ricotta. Nick Ricotta.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
I feel so bad for the guy because he's so sweet, so nice, so caring, so loving, and then you come across his last name. Shit.
I don't know. There's just a bunch of trolls out there, a bunch of fake news.
Yeah,
fake news.
The fake news trolls running rampant through the internets. By the way, I'm assuming that our chat has heard, and I'm assuming you have heard what has happened to our most excellent president recently.
Well, apparently he's getting the Kim Jong-un treatment.
Yes, he is.
So it's a weekend at Bernie's now, apparently, according to some.
You want to talk about a hot mess? My goodness gracious! It's only a flu. You just get a little bit. It doesn't bug you at all.
Well, I'm hearing reports all across the rainbow here of how how he's perfectly fine. He's asymptomatic all the way to the extreme of it's going to be a weekend of Bernie situation. They're going to have strings and a micro and a speaker under his shirt because he's going to be like a walking corpse for his next debate.
God, well, the fun thing is that I remember us talking very briefly about how old Trump was, and consensus was it was like 69, 70 type of thing. But that's not the case, my dear friends. He's like 74, and is going after Biden because how old he is. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, I mean they're both old.
Should not throw stones if
they're both old
in a glass house. Well, yeah.
I think the qualification for president or prime minister or what have you, world leader, should be better than, you have to be at least 50.
Well, Trudeau's how old?
He's like 50 something.
I thought it was 40, late 40s when he first started. Same thing with Barack Obama. Like, I don't know. It's just, I just shake my head. My personal opinion is kind of funny because Trump was basically on the record saying that if you're old and you have some sort of problems breathing, then yes, you will basically be targeted for the Cobalt's 19s. It's not good. But if you're a certain age, it's like getting a cold. It'd be fine.
Well, no, it's just fake news.
And it's all fake. And the other thing is that we found he's like 74 years old, overweight. And the thing is that, I'm a little hefty myself, but he's like, for his age, yeah, that's problematic. And I don't know how he's going to dig himself out of this, because it's like usually people who fit.
Well, it's if he actually has it, first of all. And again, not to throw shade, on Donald Trump, because the man is a master spinster. He's good at what he does. He's a businessman, and now he's a politician. So he's like doubling down on how much of a sly fox he is, right?
Well, so to be honest with you, if he wants to get out, this is perfect for him.
Well, no, what I'm saying is here. Is this is the best situation for him. If this is just a fabricated thing, which I'm not saying it's a fabricated thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying if it is a fabricated thing, hypothetically.
Yeah.
Then maybe he pops back like Mr. Invincible, like, Mr. Incredible, like, oh, that COVID virus, it didn't do anything.
I was fine.
It's fake news. I was fine the whole time.
I was fine. It's fine. It's
fine.
Good.
Everything's okay.
It's good. I feel so good. I'm going to build a better wall, a higher wall, a more thicker wall. Look at me. I'm fine.
And Viper Talent saying the U.S. president is 35. That's the U.S. president limit is 35. You have to be at least 35.
So 35 to start with or to end with?
35 to Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I'm being stupid on purpose. You can't be no older than 35 to run as president. Well, shit, someone fucked up for the last few years.
You have to be no older than Ruth Bader Ginsburg, which apparently is in the ground. So it's
okay.
As long as old as dirt, exactly. Anyone in Canada, anyone over 18 could become prime minister. So that's pretty cool.
There you go. You could go out and drink.
I'm in Asgard.
Asgard? What's this?
Well, yes, of course. How do I get across the Bifrost? Or the Bifrost? You have to be. You take the Rainbow Bridge past Yggdrasil.
Yes.
It helps if you're a Valkyrie, because then you can travel Midgard and go to Asgard.
That's right. It'd be one of the Norse gods type of thing.
But being a Valkyrie, you kind of require certain parts for that. So,
yes.
Just saying, it helps. and don't piss off Hell. Don't piss off Hell, and you'll be fine.
No, especially Helen. She could be a little bit of a bee, if you know what I mean. How do we get this topic again?
Imagine being Viper Town says, imagine being 18 and being the prime minister, not allowed to drink in a number of provinces. I would lower the drinking age immediately.
Do you have any idea how
my first bill?
Hi, everybody. Bitches, one and all. I'm 18 years old, and I hate all of you. My goodness, that'd be hilarious. I'd vote for that. I just out of shit and giggles.
No kidding. I know Mike Walters is in the chat, was asking what our plans for Halloween are going to be. We're not going to be allowed to have Halloween in the fucking world with the COVID shit. So, it doesn't matter. I'm going to celebrate it.
Wait a minute. I'm hoping
to celebrate it anyway. No,
because basically what my plans are. Stop it.
It's not happening. I'm telling you.
I am hoping.
I'll tell you exactly why it's not happening.
I'm trying to say something here. I'm hoping I can get my zombie walk up and walk.
It's not happening.
Stop it. And basically have that in the afternoon, and that'd be absolutely wonderful.
That's not gonna happen. Unfortunately.
Stop putting negativity out there. So just because Donald Trump,
I'm saying that the
you say a
it's
lot.
Not going to happen.
It mostly makes sense most of the time. So,
Stupid cord. No, it's not. It's. I'll tell you why it's not going to happen. Because
explain it to me with charts and graphs, please.
Well, I don't have to use charts and graphs. I just have to say two words: Toronto and Ottawa.
Don't forget about Peel.
Well, Peel's part of Toronto.
Oh, kind of. I guess. Sure.
Greater Toronto area and Ottawa are the reason they're ruining it for everybody else right now.
Yep, pretty much.
Unfortunately,
those people.
I can tell you right now, what we're going to be what I'm going to be doing for Halloween is that it's a Saturday, and you know what happens on Saturdays?
I forget. Remind me, Kremlin.
We have our shows on Saturdays.
That's right. So if I'm going to do anything extra special, my ass has to be back before 6 o'clock.
Well, you're not going to be going anywhere because we can't do anything.
Well, I'm hoping we can.
Well, I'm telling you, we can't.
Oh God, you're telling me.
I'm telling you, you can't.
You can't.
No, you can't.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna escape the compound. I'm gonna run around the street with all my zombies.
Well, then you're gonna get the problem here. The problem here, Mr. Hop.
Don't say that people are gonna try to fine me $1,000.
You could get fined. Number one,
I could.
You could get fined.
They could fine.
And there's going to be a bunch of race cars on the internet that are going to try and cry and complain about you being irresponsible.
Did you say race cars?
Yes. Because you can't use the other R word, or else you get slapped. Okay. I mean, we're not going to get monetized anyways.
All right. Well, I think that sort of escaped our grasp back 5 minutes ago. But however,
and Viper Town says, "Yes, stupid second wave. We want to come up to Kitchener and take you to Krabby Joe's." Exactly. Dang it.
Yes. We can still do that. 5 per table, right?
In Toronto, it's 6 per table. So I'm guessing it's 6 people per table right now. But who knows? But they're also saying that we should not be hanging out with anyone outside of our household.
That's true.
Also a restriction.
Yes. Well, it's a hurdle.
No, it's a restriction.
Well, the thing is that Crumb, here comes my pure what's what I'm looking for here? My position from all of that. The individuals who I'll be hanging out with are dead. So it's fine.
Well,
it's a living challenge.
We're not talking about fiction. We're talking about reality, Mr.
I'm talking about a zombie walk. How much fiction can you get with that? A lot.
No.
Yes.
No.
You just want to take
I will not allow stupidity on this channel.
Stupidity. Oh my God.
Will not allow.
We had that back 25 episodes ago. This is being number 26.
And Viper Talon, yes, supposed to be that would be 4.
I think a little late to the 4 course.
And Viper Talon saying we went to KCC, so we're in your social circle, correct? Exactly.
Yes.
That's what we'll tell the authorities when they come to arrest us.
As you clearly stated, anyone who walks through those doors is our family.
Exactly.
Right? So, based on that, with all of the thousands and thousands of individuals who came to our event, zombie walk, no problem.
I'm telling you, it's not going to happen.
Our family, and that works completely when the rules set.
No, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen.
Oh, you're just taking my fun away from me.
If you want to live in a doghouse for the next fucking 2 months, I'll set one up outside, and you can hang out with whoever the hell you want to.
Fire, Mr. Hop, don't eat the children in our neighborhood. Mr. Hop, stop setting traps for children in our neighborhood. Oh my God, all these.
No, I'm extra cranky because I have to go for a fucking COVID test.
Oh Jesus, I forgot all about that.
You bet.
That explains it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, number one. Don't go out because you should probably be going for a COVID test too because you have symptoms.
I've always have symptoms. The question is, what illness?
You should get tested.
I want to get tested. I got a box full of Q-tips here at home. Why would I want to go out and get a huge Q-tip put up my nose? I'm fine.
No.
I wear masks.
And in a week, you'll be like Donald Trump.
Well, I'm not 74, so that puts me in a whole different demographic.
Right.
Right. And also, I don't think you're sick because you always get a little sicky around this time of year.
Well, it doesn't matter if I think I'm sick. I have symptoms, and I have to get tested.
Wow. Yes.
Because this is the thing. It's if you have a list of symptoms, if you have any of those symptoms, you need to go get tested.
Well, if I cough or sneeze.
Yes.
No.
If you have a new cough, if you have a worsening cough, if you have a headache, if you're feeling fatigue, if you have body aches, if you have nausea, vomiting, diarrhea.
I'm not pooping out.
If you have any of the list of the Pepto-Bismol symptoms.
No, I'm not coming out on any of the ends, so I'm fine with that. Trust me, if I was, I'd be like, oh my God. There's nothing worse going in the wash with an actual with a garbage can between your legs. That's the worst times ever.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, cough.
Well, we're getting in that situation where we're gonna have to have ID cards to say that we're.
Well, I don't know why they just don't go directly to the microchip. Just pop it in between your skin, get the cancer, die from that. But everyone can tell.
Musk is already trying that. Elon Musk is already trying that.
Oh yeah, of course. And the thing is that, that's a whole bunch of fun. Or did you hear what's his name? Bill Gates wants to do with his vaccine. But keep in mind, folks, Bill Gates is not a doctor or a chemist, possibly a computer programmer, but he's a salesman first and foremost. So basically, what he's trying to sell is that anyone who gets his vaccine from his corporation company thingy do that, you put this light on you and you can actually see that it's in you. Yeah, that's not intrusive. I just say screw it. Let's go with the yellow star and just tattoo that on everybody. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
or maybe the X-Men thing. The X-Men thing from Geneva, where let's just put a number across people's foreheads. I think it's even better. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
I'm just saying, this goes for anybody out there. Like, as much as people may not believe that this is serious or whatnot, better to be safe than sorry, right?
Yeah. And also, did you hear what's happening in Quebec when it comes down to testing?
No,
they are so backlogged that all of the samples they've been taking are now going bad. That's just tells you what's going on with all of that.
Well, I mean, we're pretty backlogged too. Like, I'm still waiting for a fucking callback from the clinic that I requested a test from. So
yeah, I remember the first time when you got tested. I almost wish I videotaped it. I think it'd be absolutely hilarious. They came in the apartment, just like the movie Brazil. They just basically wrapped everything around and latex, and they wrapped you in cellophane and latex.
No.
So,
fake news.
Fresh, and then they threw you in the back of a van.
Fake news.
And they brought you to the testing center, where they had this huge 6-foot Q-tip where they sort of inserted into your nose cavity.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
it felt like if you've ever gone swimming and you had water up your nose, that's what it feels like. It's just weird.
As a jam a Q-tip up your nostrils. That's awesome.
Plus
they have the spitting thing now. Did you hear about this?
Well, Canada's trying to get those tests right now.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a whole bunch of other tests that are coming up through the pipeline. It's just sort of interesting how the Canadian Health Association goes, no, we must use the Q-tips because we like it. What's this?
Gav is asking, have you ever heard about the show Spitting Image? It was a show that was popular in Ireland and the UK back in the 80s. It's a show that uses puppets to slag on politicians. Yeah, they're and then he says there's making a new show. Yeah, I saw, I was watching the presidential debate, which was an absolute fucking riot.
Wasn't that done by Spinach Image guys?
No. I was watching the presidential debate, and they had an advertisement for a show. I don't know what the hell it was called, but it was basically two puppets of Biden and Trump, and it was that sort of thing too. So it's I think that's the show Gab was talking about. It's pretty funny.
You know, I got to tell you what Trump wore through the presidential debate. Really weird color choices, if you ask me. Black tie, white shirt, black blazer. You know, the one you could buy at the Big and Tall shop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like nothing there. Like, it was void of all characteristics. Meanwhile, Biden is looking nice. You know, the hair and his suit.
Well, Biden always looks like he's just, you know, unaware of his surroundings, no matter where he is. Like he could be standing in the middle of like a Nigerian death camp, and he would have the same expression as if he was standing in the middle of like a kindergarten classroom. He wouldn't have any idea what's going on around him.
Yeah, pretty much. Probably it's for the best, except unless he was on the F train in New York, of course, because he knows when he's on the train. You know, he likes to train.
I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're gonna be. I guess I didn't tell you this.
Oh,
I kind of volunteered you for this. So on October 30th.
That's even funnier. I didn't tell you this. All right, volunteered.
Well, I haven't seen you since I confirmed it. So
I took 2 days off. Just choose. So what's up?
So we're gonna be on Mike Walters' show on the 30th to talk about Halloween stuff. And
is that the kickstand guy?
Mike Stand, not the kickstand.
Kickstand.
It's in his name, for Pete's sake.
When did Pete get involved in our conversation? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yes, I will happily accept the volunteer.
We're going to be on there on October 30th, and then on October 31st. So this is like a special right here.
Oh wow, that's gonna be
so y'all are going to get a double dose of us.
Yeah,
because you're going to get us on the Mike Stand on Friday.
Twice.
Go check out Mike Walters and his channel and his show, The Mike Stand.
Mike,
we're going to be on his show on October 30th.
Awesome.
And we're going to be doing a special Canuckleheads. Well, I guess it's like a special and regular show, all wrapped in together. I'm going to be offering, because it's a full moon. Yeah. Because it's a full moon.
It's also Saturday too.
On that Saturday as well. I'm going to be offering free tarot card readings on that show. And these ones are special, okay? Because it's a full moon, it's a bit more of a I would say like intimate reading. So if you guys want tarot card readings, think about a topic that you need guidance on, whatever else. I will do tarot card readings all stream for people that want them.
You know something I would like to do as well? And just think about this and let me know what you think about this. Don't need an answer right now. I think I like to give away some Halloween packages as well, because it's Halloween time.
Sure.
You know, we can't. I want to give candy away.
Sure.
That's my line. I can't give Halloween candy away to everyone, but I think a couple of Halloween packages to some of our top tier chat people, I think would be really, really cool.
So there you go. Awesome. Mike Walters saying we'll be on the Mike Stand October 30th, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern.
There you go.
Check it out.
Check it out. Yo. Links in the description.
No, not to that one, no.
Okay. Awesome.
Not yet, at least. I might do it later.
But soon.
But soon, TM. But we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff lined up for the end of the month. A whole bunch of stuff.
So we got broadcastings, possible zombie walk, possible Halloween, giving away Halloween.
Just do a virtual zombie walk.
Okay, I like to think about that for a second. How do zombies use computers? They do not. They do not.
That sounds like an ableist statement, sir.
Wait a second. You're dead. Yes, it is. Zombies don't have feelings.
They're living deprived. That's a disability. That's a protected class now. You're going to be yeeted off of the platform.
Zombies are now.
Sorry, Mr. Hop. We're gonna have to like.
That is so. Sorry, I'm gonna drink it.
Have to make an apology on Twitter. We're gonna get twit longered by the undead community.
I like to think the unliving challenged. There you go. The unliving
exactly.
Yeah. Zombies are now a protected class of individuals.
Exactly, they are.
My goodness, and just think, this is just us before we get into today's show.
Oh my god!
So what was the thing that
what a dumpster fire?
What's the thing that you wanted? Oh yeah, something on Nick's show, or do you want to save that?
Oh my goodness!
Little nugget for
oh my goodness!
Down the line,
so I don't know how many people watched Nick's show last night.
Oh yeah. By the way,
and I don't know what
Nick's gonna be on the show today. He's waiting in the wings. So
oh sure,
we'll get him involved if we can.
Sure. I don't know how many people watched Nick's show last night, or how many people watched Out of the Darkness. I think like
Out of the Darkness.
I don't even know how many days ago it was at this point. Like okay. I think it was like last Sunday or last Saturday. I don't remember.
Okay.
About a week ago. Yeah, it's Q's show, Out of the Darkness. I don't know how many people watched those two things, but holy fuck.
What happened?
Okay. Like if I was not aware that there was a full moon on the 31st, I would say that there was a full moon this week. Yeah, last Sunday I think is when Q does his shows. What Turd Ferguson says. So do
I know this guy?
I mean, if you saw him, you probably would recognize him.
Okay, gotcha.
That was Monday.
So many people out there. All right.
So Nern is saying it was Monday. Okay, so it was all this week. Anyways, it was all this week.
I said before, we lived the whole year in 1 week. Fuck.
We did.
Yeah.
And so Drexel. So just to give a background on people who don't know these things, like Q is a happily married man, Christian, very very religious, very like all that fun stuff, right?
All right.
And
happy life, happy wife.
And Drexel is happily unmarried.
Yes, we certainly know that.
Not claiming to be Christian, and he has very very unique views on the world.
That's right.
Which, that's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So, we love Drexel. Okay.
Yes, Drexel.
I don't hate Q. This is not a bash to either party here. Okay. Yeah. So just me preface that real quick.
Okay.
So Q has had Drexel on a couple times to talk about like MGTOW and marriage and all this other stuff, right?
Yep.
And so on Monday, whenever it was, he had invited Drexel on to talk about marriage and like the state of marriage in 2020.
Wow.
I think was the topic, right?
Okay.
Because Drexel wanted to talk about it, and apparently Q ambushed him with. Well, I'll just backtrack it for a second. Hold on to that thought. So it was initially supposed to be like Q and Drexel, and then Q told Drexel he's going to have 2 Christian women on the show.
Oh, no.
And Drexel's like, okay, well, all right, we'll do it. We'll talk about it. And so they get on the show, and Q apparently ambushed him with his mom, like Q's mom, not Drexel's mom. That would have been weird.
One second. What? Oh, this is gonna go well.
So like this story is a bit off topic for the show today,
and we know how Drexel works.
Well,
we really know how Drexel works.
Well, Drexel likes to talk. I mean,
and he's got a very, very set point of view on things as well.
Well, he's very opinionated.
Oh, right? Very much so.
He's very opinionated.
And the thing is that he's correct in a lot of his statements, but now you put Q's mom on the show.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, my fucking ton.
That's what I'm saying. So
wow. All right.
One second.
I have to see this.
I know, dead air. I'm sorry.
That's Q's mom. My goodness gracious. That is such that's gonna be kryptonite for Drexel. And I haven't
well, here's the thing. Okay. He didn't know that Q's mom was going to be on the show. He knew that these other 2 Christian women were going to be on the show, and that was fine. So I watched the show. Like I got into the show about like 15-20 minutes in.
Okay.
And the discussion was like Drexel was trying to talk about how it's not in men's best interest in 2020
exactly
to get married.
Yes, of
right?
course.
Because it favors the woman, blah, 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 blah. Which, I mean, like, in my opinion on the situation, and again, this is off topic for today's show, but we'll get into the topic in just a little bit here. So my opinion on marriage in 2020 is that it's obsolete, right? Like, if you look at what marriage used to be, marriage used to be like a thing that tied families together, that, you know, it would improve relations between nations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then it became about like trading, and then it became about something else. And now it basically in 2020, it's just a glorified contract at this point.
Much. Have you ever seen Family Jewels with Gene Simmons?
Oh God, yeah.
That was when he got married to what's her name? That was a very interesting couple of episodes, because Gene Simmons was looking at this as more of an actual contract between two people versus an actual, you know, hand fasting or something more spiritual than that. And I was like, oh, wow.
Well, and the weird thing is like, I could tell almost immediately.
Yep.
So Drexel brought up a really good point about how marriage favors the woman, and Shannon Tweed, was it?
Shannon Tweed, correct.
Yeah, Gab was asking. So, how marriage favors the woman and all that stuff, and how it's not fitting for men, and how like and all that other stuff. It's like, so the thing that got lost in translation here that I picked up almost immediately was that and this is not a knock on everybody on the panel.
Yeah, was
that the three women, including Q's mom.
Okay.
They immediately realized they could not argue against Drexel's point.
No, because he's solid in his deposition. He has it together, locked in, locked down, airtight. Like, anyways, continue. Sorry.
One second. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm talking to Drexel. We're going
here. Drexel.
So,
bra.
Oh, he's not watching the show.
He's not? Okay.
No, he's not watching the show. I don't know what I'm pretty sure he's still at Nick's house right now. So
hiding.
So basically, like he made a really solid point about how, like, you know, how marriage isn't what it was before, and how it's basically a scam contract now, and how we should be doing away with the modern version of marriage. And these women that were on the show, they seem to not be able to argue that point at all. They were unwilling to argue that point because they knew they couldn't. And so the conversation shifted from modern reality of what marriage is now to what the ideology of marriage is. And so they were arguing the ideology of marriage, and Drexel's like, well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what marriage actually is. And they kept bringing it back to that. They kept bringing it back to the ideological religious marriage, about how it's your marriage between God and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And they were grandstanding on Christianity. It was a dumpster fire.
Oh, wow.
It was a dumpster fire.
As I like to tease Nick Ricada through all of this, very sincerely, how did Nick
Nick wasn't. So this was on Q's show. This was not Nick's show.
Okay, I understand. Now I got you.
We're telling a story here. So this conversation happened on the first of the week, basically.
Oh, so the thirsty. Okay, gotcha.
Thirsty part. Well, there was some thirst going on in that show. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But so the thing was, it's like there was only one person on that show that was like trying to have a constructive discussion with him, and the others were just trying to twist and make the emotional argument about marriage.
Yeah, let's run with the emotion.
Things got a bit spicy between them.
Tobacco spicy.
They were getting a bit at each other's throats. So there were some comments made,
of course,
and I know one thing that Drexel said would probably get you a little bit pissed off, Mr. Hop.
Oh no, I like Drexel.
I know, but the thing is you have to realize that he's not saying it as in terms to insult you. It's just his personal view, right? Like, If I say I like oranges,
okay,
that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean like because you don't like oranges, you're a fucking despicable person, Mr. Hop.
Why?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying this is my viewpoint, right?
Okay, all right. So
what the man Drexel's viewpoint. So this is what kicked off. Aside from the fact that he called one of the women who was a single mom. He said that she's not even that she is. He was saying that single moms are less desirable for single men, like for bachelor men. They're less value in the dating market. So that set a tone with her.
Oh no. Okay.
But the thing that really kicked off the firestorm,
okay,
was Drexel saying that if you're a stepdad, that you're a cuck, because a real man, quote unquote, a real man does not raise another person's child, and that's his view. That's his view. He's not insulting any individual person.
That kind of stings a little bit.
Well, here's the thing, though. What he's coming from, what he's approaching it from, is the fact that a vast majority, not all, but a vast majority of stepchildren or people who have been whatever, stepchildren on the majority side of things don't have respect for their step parents. Now, there are stepchildren that have great respect for their step parents, and he's not talking about those people. He's talking about the people that are like, they come into a relationship or what have you for XYZ reasons, and that child doesn't have respect for the step parent as much as they would for the biological parent. Now, there are exceptions to the rule, and he fully said that there are exceptions to that rule. But yes, I get it. That's his viewpoint. Whether he's correct or not.
The thing is, I get it. Lots of case studies about that as well, especially social dynamics within the family and so forth and so forth.
Yeah.
Depending on how the child is and also the psychological damage the child has will determine if they bond with the new parent or not, type of thing. And I wouldn't say they're people who step up like that are cocks. I just really see it as more.
Well, no, there's like a definition of like I don't remember what the hell he was talking about. It's in the stream if people go back and watch it. But it's like if you go into a relationship with somebody who has children, right?
Yeah.
And the father is in the lives of those children, and you still raise and you still pay and support and raise those children, that is like textbook definition of what a cuck is.
No, because I disagree with that full-heartedly. But however, I understand why some people might think like that. Again, when it comes down to it,
the thing is it's actually defined that way. I don't know where there's some sort of thing that they're referring to, and Q actually brought it up. So basically, if there is a father and a mother and they're separated, right, and the father is still in the life of the mother and the son of the son or daughter or whatever the kid, and they're not paying to raise the child, but the stepfather or stepmother is coming in.
I see.
And they're coming in and paying and for the family and raising the child while the father is still part of their life. That is technically what that is. So
I personally think that individual is truly being taken advantage of. And so it's 1 second. Pardon me. It sort of surpasses the whole quote unquote cuck aspect of things. It's just the person's been taken advantage of. It's just,
well, that's the point, though. It's not saying it's a good or bad thing. It's just a definition.
Yeah.
Viper Talon's asking, what about adoption? I think he actually addressed that. Yeah. I think he talked about it, and he actually, I think Drexel actually said something about that.
I hope. I
think he was talking about, it's like, oh well, all these people that think it's admirable. I think this is what his point was. For all these people that think it's admirable for someone who did not create a child to come into a relationship and raise a child, why don't they just all adopt? Why don't they just all go out and adopt people then? But it's a double standard, is what he was pointing out. The people that say it's virtuous to go out and raise somebody else's child, they will not go out and adopt people. And so he's chastising people for having double standards.
I see. Okay.
Sorry, he's just sending me a few messages here, so I'm reading it as we go.
Just get Jax on the show.
Oh my god. 1 second.
Hey, surprise secret guest. It's not Nick Regatta.
So anyway, I just floated it by him. But yeah, basically, yeah, it's cuckold or something like that. I don't know. They talked about something. Q was actually the one that brought it up.
Okay.
About the whole like raising a child when the father was still in the life type of thing. Yeah. Like, and Q took personal offense to that because he himself had a father that left his mother. And he didn't know his biological father, and he had a stepdad, and blah blah blah. So that kicked off a series of events, and
that's going to the heavy duty, super duper emotional aspect of things.
No, exactly. But the thing is, it's like he wasn't talking about,
of course,
that and he wasn't insulting. Like he wasn't insulting, and he said like there are exceptions to the rule, and some people don't fit that mold. Like some people don't willingly put themselves in situations where they get taken advantage of. Yeah. Is what basically he was saying. So like if you willingly put yourself in a situation where you're being taken advantage of, then yes, you're quote unquote cuck, blah blah blah.
Remember, fluffy lives matter #.
Exactly.
No, I understand. All right, I'm getting it. But yeah, so this happens on the Q show. And our guy Draxel being ripped apart because he's trying to bring in a deposition. He's trying to be very, very precise with it, like a scalpel. And people are taking no kind to it. And they're bringing the super duper emotional aspect into it.
Yeah.
And it's like, this could not go well. And who was the other female on the show?
So there was it was Q's mom. Yep. There was another lady, Cece. Okay. I don't know exactly where these people came from, and then there was a Latina girl.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. And the Latina girl was the single mom.
Oh.
That no. It was a bit of a. It doesn't look like Drexel's able to because he's just hanging out with Nick and the kids, which is fine. That's what I figured. But I wanted to float it out there because we're talking about it, and I hate talking about people behind their back.
That's right, Draxel.
But no. So that was kicked off the situation. Okay, there was a lot of things. There was a lot of things said on all sides. Very heated. Between Q's mom and Q and Drexel that were a lot of stuff that was offline or that was out of line.
Yeah. So offline.
Offline. Yeah. So that stuff boiled for a little while.
Of course.
That stuff boiled for a little while. And on Friday, I think it was on Friday, yesterday. So Drexel was visiting Nick, right, this weekend.
Still is.
And so he went on Nick's show last night and put Q on blast because he had a week to stew about everything. Right?
Oh, God.
He had a week to stew about everything.
That slide.
And so he went on Nick's show. Go back and watch what he said because I don't want to misquote him. I don't want to misrepresent what he said. Generalizing, saying he basically told Q to go fuck himself.
Well, that's just tactful. That's awesome. I expect nothing.
He gave an expert's opinion on Q's mom.
Oh no.
And he unloaded on some truth. And he alluded that Q is not as clean as he puts himself out there as.
Oh, why, Drax? Okay.
Yeah, Viper Town's asking, do you have the timestamps where this is in the show? I think it starts about 20 minutes to half an hour in. Like Nick does, like they talk about it, and then Drexel like sets the tone, saying that he's gonna be given the floor, and then he's gonna go off, and then so Nick puts it off for as long as he can.
Oh wow!
Because it was a bit of an uncomfortable situation, but because Nick is friends with both of them, right? Like Nick likes Q, Nick likes Drexel.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to see them fight. He doesn't like to see them fight. And so like this is the thing, but like there were some things that were said that were dirty there. on both sides, and it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, it's got to be addressed, and Drexel addressed it last night, and then Q today apparently responded. In my opinion, it was a really weak response. Like, Drexel came out yesterday and said that he has a bunch of shit on Q.
Oh my goodness gracious!
He says he has a bunch of shit on Q, that he's not going to say anything. If he said to Q, just don't talk about me, don't talk to me, just like
take my mouth,
let it lie
out of your mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. He says, but if he says one thing about me, he's like, I'm going to drop all the truth on him, because he's yeah. There was apparently some stuff. There's apparently some stuff.
Of course.
So.
Oh goodness.
Q released a video today, basically, because Q took exception with what Drex had to say about his mom, which I know at fair point.
Yes.
Fair point.
Yes. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Drax needs a Draxel whisper. You know what I mean? Oh.
Okay. 1 second.
No problem.
So I'm just replying to Drexel here. I'm just going to be one moment, folks. I apologize.
Right. My goodness gracious. This sounds like quite the oh god, what was the terminology used before? A hot mess.
Yeah, it was
fire.
It was a train wreck.
Train wreck.
Train wreck. I know. It was drama. It was drama. But basically Q came out
from the presidential debates. He needed more.
I know. And basically Q came out and had taken exception to what Drexel had said about his mom and stuff, which I fully understand. Yeah. And in a roundabout way came out and said, well, if anything comes out about me, it's true. I did it. I don't, blah, 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 blah. So that's where that situation is sitting at now, which I think it's an unfortunate situation, because both Drexel and Q have interesting views on things. And I know that they're both going to like separate from each other, which I think is probably the best.
Yes. Send them both in their separate corners. Keep them separated like Chinese fighting fish. Just separate the two of them and go, there you go.
Like, holy cow.
You're both pretty.
But that was the drama for this week.
Oh,
like,
wow.
holy crap. So, I mean, for people that have not been aware of it, that's a quick summary. I know that was like 20 minutes, but that's a quick summary.
It is the quick summary here in the clip.
About all of that stuff. So, like, I'm not saying out here to like go and disavow this person, go and disavow that person. It's a situation. But the whole roundabout reason I talked about this was because it kind of fits into today's theme about how to deal with adversity and trolls and people and all that stuff. Yeah, Viper Talon saying moms are kind of off limits, but when they get directly involved, yeah, that's kind of the situation here.
Yeah,
kind of the situation here.
The biggest thing is that just looking at this, maybe I shouldn't have touched this third wire, but when you bring your mom on your show, unless it's a normal occurrence, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
What are you doing? It's like cheating in a debate. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, yes, you got a great. Yes, your point of view is 100% spot on. Yes, the angle is 100% true. But here's my mom.
Well, that was the thing. It's like he's like the show was being stacked against Drexel, and he was being brought into a Viper's nest, and it was just not a very good situation.
No, it's not a good situation, especially when the mums get involved, because the mums are always right, regardless of what mom you have.
Yeah, and you can't disagree with your mom, right? So I mean, it was all.
Yeah,
all in all, it was a bad situation. It was not an advisable situation to do.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And the only thing that Draxel could have done is step away from his POV, which Draxel would not do.
Well, the thing is like Drexel was put on his back foot to start, because he was told that he had to censor himself.
Yeah, of course.
He was told he had to tone it down, and then as the show on Monday was going through, he kept getting cut off and kept getting told that he wasn't allowed to talk, and he had to let certain. Yeah, it was
I
bad.
can see how Draxel will take that. I can honestly see it because we both know at 7 hours and 15 minutes, Draxel's a talker.
He's talking.
And the thing is that Draxel is totally awesome at that because I wasn't bored. I was beginning to tap out at the 7-hour mark, but because I like chit chatting too. But yeah, you can't put a perimeter around stuff like that.
It's like this is one thing. So this
can't a conversation.
Well, this is one aspect of the show that I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah, of course.
Was removing the emotional aspect of when you're discussing something with somebody.
Yeah.
Because you get a situation like that where you could burn a friendship down over absolutely no reason, just because you got emotional about something that you probably shouldn't have gotten emotional about,
or misunderstand something.
In my opinion, Drexel was not attacking Q's family or mother or what have you until they took it personally and they made it personal.
And also, I'd like to throw a little bit in there. When you go on Nick's show, and
here's the thing that kind of burnt the 10-story building down, so to speak. At one point, and Q, and this is why I fucking hate the whole "I'm just joking, bruv" bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Right? I hate it so goddamn much. And this, again, which it's why it's a topic for today's show, for the rest of what we have to talk about. This is not the meat and potatoes. This is just the ancillary section, by the way.
This is supposed to be the, what was it?
It was supposed to be a short talk about what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, Q's mom off color says to Drexel, I'm going to make the offer for you to come out here and I can raise you again, right?
That's awkward.
Well, she basically just said that your parents didn't do a good job raising you. Come over here, I'll raise you again.
Well, that's the funny part. When you reach a certain age, you're no longer underneath the delicate wing of your parents. You're now developing your own sense of person, point of view, and your own personality.
Well, Mr. Hop,
yes.
Mr. Hop.
Yes, Crumb.
Here's the situation. Let me put you in this situation, right?
All right, hold on. All right, I'm ready.
So, what if somebody came to you and said, "Mr. Hop, blah 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 blah. You're so far down the rabbit hole. Why don't you come here and I'll raise you again because your mom did a terrible job raising you,
rent free, meals included."
Like, how would you take that?
Well, the thing is that I okay, if we're gonna look at this from this perspective, I would have to gauge it on the serious spectrum of things. If they're being really serious about it, I would probably throw it back as a joke and politely go, thanks, but no thanks. I've had this offer from my own parents already. But when it really comes down to it, I just really, brush stuff like that off quite easily. But if this like super duper serious, like, hat on backwards type of thing, getting ready for work, I would probably take it from more of a more of an offensive aspect of things. And I don't know, it would really depend on how much sugar levels that day. I might get really argumentative. I may just go, thank you, but no thank you.
Well, the whole point of what I'm trying to get to here,
point
is that if someone is insulting your mother, or your parents and how they raised you, you would not take that favorably, right?
Well, I wouldn't, but at the same time, as I earnestly said before, I am my own person. My own point of views are my own point of views. And yes, they clash with my own parents' point of views, but that's just me. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I do hear what you're saying. And I guess for me, that particular slur doesn't bug me.
I guess I'll put that out there for the chat to
ask themselves. Let's see what the chat has to say. Maybe I'm at a certain age where it doesn't really bug me anymore. Maybe if I was like 20 years younger, maybe that would really, really get under my skin, type of thing. But look at the size. I mean, I got some thick skin.
I don't know. I think it's an off base thing to go and accuse people that their parents, I mean, regardless if it's true or not, because like it doesn't matter.
No, I hear what you're saying, and it definitely
It doesn't
is.
matter.
Yeah, it definitely is off base. It's definitely not
And it's not
professional.
even really something that you joke about, unless it's like you're obviously joking about it.
Yeah.
And you're obviously not being serious about it. You're not doing it as an insult to somebody.
Yeah, and also on top of that, I'm pretty sure that Draxel's point of views are exactly that. His point of views. I'm pretty sure that Draxel mom and Draxel dad didn't prepare their kid for this particular life. I want to say lifestyle, but experiences he's been through firsthand. Again, we don't know a lot about Draxel's background or personal background for that matter, and that's exactly what that is. That would be a personal aspect of things. But I don't know. Again, moms say stupid shit at the stupidest times. Sometimes.
Well, people. It doesn't even need to be moms. It can just be people in general. But like ignorant shit is ignorant shit.
Oh, true.
And
true.
Honestly, it's just like, yeah. I personally, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, I would immediately know that they're an asshole. Like that would. I'd be like, all right, well, you're not getting a Christmas card.
You're off the list.
I'm not saying like I would like just drop my pants, shit in my hand, and throw it at them. Like I'm not saying that, but like, I'm just saying that would be insulting. I wouldn't just like shrug it off and be like, all right, you know what, fuck you. Yeah, that's the extent of our conversation. Yeah, and then she rescinded the offer later, saying that he was too far gone to be saved.
Oh Jesus! Now that's just doubling down.
Yeah,
that's just.
Apparently, it was a badly delivered joke, but when you watch how it was, the context of the situation, it did not seem like a joke. It seemed very.
It gets funnier over time, does it?
It was something else. Anyways, that was absolutely something else. But yeah, I mean that whole situation was just like holy cow. But no, again. I didn't want to ask Drexel to come on the show because I knew he was at Nick's place. I knew he's just enjoying his weekend. I don't want to extend that drama for him. I just floated the thing by him, literally live on show right now because we're literally talking about him, and I hate talking about people behind their back. So
no, dig it, and that's really nice of you.
And it wasn't, and honestly, it wasn't. This topic wasn't something that was planned to talk about. Mr. Hop wanted to know about it, and we were just gonna
I wanted to get
chit chat about it.
We're talking about very briefly. I said, you know what? Let's just save it for the show. You get my real reaction in real times.
Yeah, and like Viper Talent saying in the VIP chat here, it's just mean comments to try and elicit a response. Absolutely.
Yeah, most definitely. Plus, it's how that it comes from a mom, so it's like,
yeah.
My dad put it best. Even when you're right against your mom, you're still wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, honestly, I cannot put into proper emotion Drexel's rant from last night. So go and watch Nick's stream from last night. You'll see it all there. It's probably about an hour or two of pure unadulterated flame and rage. So
adultness.
Yeah, go check it out. After this show, of course. After this show, because we still have more to talk about.
Of course we do.
So this is gonna segue us into the actual topic for today's show.
All right, awesome. Let's hop in that turning lane. Take the I-45.
Oh my God!
To the highway.
So some idiot.
Oh, some idiot. All right.
Some idiot on the internet here.
Of course, there's lots of those peoples.
Has decided that it is a great idea to go out and dox children and stalk children. I guess he's really mad about being locked in his toy box.
Hold on a second.
I know, right? Got that 4-course.
Yeah. What idiot would stalk a 9-year-old? I wonder who would do that.
Like, oh my God.
There are 9 fucking years old. They're not even double digits. They're not even, what is it? Tweens, for goodness sake. Not even a teenager, not even a tween. They're just a simple 9-year-old who likes Lego blocks. My God.
Like Roblox. Like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Mr. Toy, please have a seat.
Yeah.
Over here.
Welcome back to the show. It's been a while.
No, we're keeping that toy box locked. I think that he's really mad. that we locked him away.
Are you talking like mentally mad or really?
I think a bit of column A, a bit of column B.
Of course. we try not to push him down the rabbit hole. We try to bring him to the light.
Soyange man mad. He's pretty pissed off. The thing that really kicked it down the fucking lane for me.
Okay.
So he's out here. Yeah. Okay. He doxes a fucking 9-year-old kid and his Roblox account and is directing hate towards this group of children and his friends.
Oh, that's awesome.
And when he finds out, when he finds out that he could potentially be wrong, that his source could be non-credible,
of course,
that he may have actually doxed a fucking 9-year-old child. You know what a normal person's reaction would be, aside from the fact of not doxing a fucking kid in the first place.
Of course.
I would think, repentance or like, oh shit, I can't believe I did that. Yeah. Now, you know what his reaction was?
What was his reaction, Crumb?
Oh, well.
What is wrong with our favorite manlet? What's wrong with that fucking kid?
He's like, oh, well.
Oh, jeez.
If it wasn't him that did it, then he has nothing to worry about. Oh, well.
If I was that child's father, toy would become my favorite fucking hobby moving forward.
Honest to goodness,
as it's illegal for me to say anything violent.
There would be a rise in stock in the baseball bat department. Like I
would bake that individual such a group of cookies that he would never forget on how great they would be.
My goodness. My goodness.
Wow. So how is the kid through all this? Is the kid okay?
I mean, I don't know. I have not personally reached out, and I don't suggest anyone personally reach out to minors.
Of course.
Don't do that.
No,
don't do that. But no, I don't know. I would assume the kid's family is aware of this, and hopefully they're taking action. But like
in the dinner table, going, so there's a Ron toy.
I'm amazed, honestly, how this fucking marmot has gone from complete obscurity to like the face of fucking lolcowdom in the span of like a year and a half. Like it is actually incredible. Like he has gone the speed of plaid. He has gone full race car.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know what to say. Like kids are always off limits. It's just that simple. Doesn't matter how much you hate a person. Doesn't matter how deep in you're on one side or the other side. Kids are simply off limits. And it's like, what are you doing, toy? You have to understand the rules of engagement. Come after us, do what you do towards us. That's fine. When you start going after a fucking kid, especially
like, seriously,
my goodness.
Like, so here's the thing, right?
I wonder how his counselor is taking this. What book can you read to really understand when you're in the wrong with that?
How? And this is what the crux of this topic today is going to be about.
All right.
Right. We're going to talk about delusional fucking people. We're going to talk about chaos-seeking trolls. We're going to talk about the blue whales of the internet.
Yeah. Sorry. Where'd that come from?
We're gonna talk about the soy-infused marmots that are literally swinging from the nut sacks of trees.
I'm gonna say from one shit vine to another. Awesome.
It is so incredible that the advent of social media has created an entirely different sect of society that just seems impermeable to reality.
Yeah. It's getting to that point, isn't it?
Like, absolutely mind-boggling. Like, no matter what, like there was somebody, I don't remember who the hell it was. It was some blue check mark, some actress that literally tweeted out that feelings are more important than fact because facts can lie.
Why
because facts don't have feelings and emotion and the truth.
No, a truth or the truth?
The truth.
Oh, the truth. Facts don't have the truth.
Yeah, facts don't have the truth.
Who in the fuck would say that? And where in the hell is their babysitter / manager through all this? My goodness gracious.
I don't remember who the hell it was. It was some blue check mark.
Awesome.
But awesome. It was some like famous actress. I don't know. But like I'm like, are you drunk? Are you on drugs? Or
super smart, no, does it?
Like, I'll say it once and I'll say it again, but facts over feelings always. Facts trump feelings. Yeah. It's because you feel something. Like the human brain is probably like the most flawed fucking thing on the face of the earth. That we can create memories from things.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
And like, if you look at different things like autism, for example, as well, people with certain degrees of autism actually interpret reality differently than people without autism.
Yeah.
So reality could technically be different things from what we see. So the only way to cut through to what the actual truth is are facts, not feelings. We can perceive something, but that doesn't make it true.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing I've always been fucking pissed off at about like workplaces, about different things. Is like, it's always, well, it's the perception is the rule. No, it's not. Facts are the rule. Perception is the exception to those.
Well, remember when Trump was first talking about how much money he was, he goes, I feel I am worth $1 billion or something like that. And he said this several times in different interviews. So oh,
like honestly though, so when you're dealing with individuals like this, like Ron, I believe, is full fucking race car. Like he is so far in his own reality. I'm pretty sure he wakes up to the fucking Leave It to Beaver theme song every fucking morning.
And our chat would not know what that TV show is. How far back in time are we going today, Crow?
well, like Jesus Christ. Yeah. Isn't it funny that Disney is releasing WandaVision at the time when there is peak delusional on the fucking social media?
Well, that's the whole aspect behind WandaVision, because it's Wanda's vision, and that can be taken many different ways as well.
Exactly, and she has gone completely fucking batshit race car.
Yes, yes, she has, and it's That's going to lead into Spider-Man 3, which is going to be awesome. And the precursor behind that is what's this right here? Sorry,
Sousa Bird saying, now, Crest, I think you're being a little hard on Beaver.
Gee, Wally.
Viper Talon in the VIP chat says, does that make Monica Wally?
Oh my goodness gracious. And I was going to say that the new Doctor Strange 2 movie that's coming out all leads in that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like the Universe of Madness or something like that.
The Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness, yeah. And it's going to be awesome. It's all going to be awesome.
Viper Talent's saying that Jamie Markey is Eddie Haskell.
You're awesome. And yes, yeah. So basically,
Tickle my tombstone says I watch Leave It to Beaver.
Oh my goodness gracious!
God. I just see Toei waking up every morning. Well, golly.
Everything's black and white. Oh, there's a metaphor for you.
Exactly. He fucking wakes up to black and white every goddamn day. That's all he sees.
Not high def black and white, but the old Panavision black and white. Blurry around the edges still. You know the theme song. Goodness gracious.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can see Toy waking up to that every single morning, going downstairs and saying, "Hey, Wally, how are things today?" Drinking his orange juice.
Golly, gee willikers.
It's going to be an awesome day at work today. We have a new client. I hope those damn 9-year-olds won't be there. They're troublesome. Fuck.
My goodness. No, like seriously though, like he is in that mindset. He is in that world. But it's like it's that demented fucking world where everything
where you chop wood and carry water. Wait for it.
And Vic walks in with his fucking pants and it's the only Technicolor thing on the screen.
That's the problem, isn't it?
It explains everything.
Pants that Vic likes to wear. That's I was going to say, carry water, chop wood in the year 2020. You get kids to do that stupid shit. You don't do it yourself, for goodness sake.
Leave it to Toye needs to happen. I think I have a new project.
Well, Crumb's going to disappear for the next little while.
Like Pleasantville, exactly. This is very much like Pleasantville. So people like Ron.
All right.
People like Ron Toye and people like certain individuals that have the name Plant in their name. Certain morons out there really like to live in delusion, in a delusional society.
And the thing is, it's not just quite living in a delusional or buying into a certain narrative. It's just they're mentally fucked. It's just that simple. And instead of them understanding that and going, "Oh, maybe the world isn't quite exactly the way it's supposed to be."
Exactly. And Randy's like, "Yeah, Randy Scribner Jr. like Pleasantville. Vic is in color and Toys in black and white. Absolutely, 100%.
Vic's pants are in Technicolor.
Exactly."
The pants we're looking at here.
So I have to talk about one complete fucking moron that had been opening his stupid mouth on Twitter.
Oh, good lord, who's this? So long, I can't even guess anymore. Be here all day.
Emmett Initiative, because that man is such a fucking peach to talk to. I had a bunch of questions from people about this particular moron because, like, I have the dude. I'm pretty sure I have the dude either muted or blocked or something. But he always has an opinion about something, and people always ask me, like, "Well, what the hell is he talking about here? What's he talking about here, eh?"
We're just doing new. We're getting out the water hole, and this hose just starts needing stuff, eh?
So he's really acting like money is just like, money is as common as fucking dirt on the ground for Emmett the Plant Initiative.
Okay.
So like I swear to God, this guy, because he's like, well, I don't understand why you think $280,000 is much money. Like, I have so many lawyers and they're super expensive, and I have so much money, and I don't care. Let me just put this out there. Clip this and send it. I don't fucking care. Clip this and get it out there. Emmett, I don't fucking care about how much money you think you make. I don't care. Because I can tell you right now, when we're both in the ground in 100 years, we're going to be worth the same fucking amount. Zero.
If anyone remembers you. Look at that, eh?
Exactly. We're both going to have the same amount of fucking money in our pocket. Nothing. So,
and for some viewers, listeners, new to the chat, who's Emmett again?
He's nobody.
Okay,
He's just some fucking random idiot that has an opinion, and in my opinion, okay, I'll give my expert, non-psychologist opinion about Emmett. Emmett the fruitcake, Emmett the fruitcake plant, whatever the hell his name is.
There you go.
I'll give my expert, non-professional opinion about him.
Okay. All right.
These types of individuals, like Emmett, like Ron, they are not happy with their lives, right? They're probably middle management. This happens a lot in middle management types, where they get shit from above, they get shit from below. Nobody respects them. They don't have respect of anybody in the office.
Yeah.
They always get treated like garbage. They always get the shit from their bosses. They always get the shit handed to them from their subordinates, and they have to deal with all of this stuff. And their only outlet, their only sliver of where they feel power is on social media.
Wow. Right. That explains a lot.
The only area that they have any semblance of control is on social media, which is why social media has kind of exploded, right? Because if you think about it, there's a lot of people in middle management situations. I'm not saying that they necessarily are in middle management. I'm saying that they're in that situation where you have people above you that are giving you shit, you have people below you that are giving you shit, and you get no respect.
Yep.
And in any aspect of the word, from a call center perspective, right? This is the supervisor / manager of a call center, right? When you're a supervisor in a call center, you get shit from the manager because your agents aren't doing well enough or your numbers aren't doing well enough, and then you get shit from your agents because either you're too mean to them, or you're X, Y, or Z, or you just have them constantly escalating calls to you and pissing customers off intentionally or unintentionally. So you constantly get shit thrown at you from every single direction. You have no respect. I got no respect.
Little Roger Teacherfield.
No respect.
I tell you, I got no respect.
So you had and this is why I guess early in the internet age, I mean, I'm old enough to remember it. There might be people that's not really old enough to remember this, but that's why Second Life took off. Second Life took off because there's so many people that were so unhappy with their situation and their lack of control in their physical life, they had to create an entirely different reality to go to. Escapism, right? That's the whole thing about escapism. But this is to a different degree.
Of course.
This is to a degree where it's like, I want to go and I want to inflict hurt and pain on people, the hurt and pain that I get every single day, because I want an outlet for it and I want to feel like I'm in control. And this is how I can feel like I'm in control.
Yeah. Or I just want to be in a whole different set of circumstances.
And so we get a Brady Bunch version. So this is what these individuals, like Ron, like Emmett, like T. Greg, they're all unhappy with where they are in life, with who they are, with what they look like, what have you. They're unhappy with it.
Yeah.
And they take it out on other people. Generally, people who are successful, generally people who are happy, or at least present themselves to be happy, and people and people who other people gravitate to and other people like. They always lash out at those individuals because they'll never be those individuals. And those people embody everything that they want to be, but they can never achieve. So they want to destroy those. They want to tear those people down. So this stream was an idea because I wanted to give you guys out there and people watching now and in the future, I want to give you folks ways to deal with these types of individuals. Or if you're in a situation where you feel like you have no control, give you tools and ideas on how to not turn into a bitter little bridge troll like Ron Toye.
Stop the metamorphosis of turning into a troll. the thing that you hate the most.
So my favorite thing, right? This is a complete sidetrack. I think it's in Skyrim. I'm pretty sure it's in Skyrim. There's they actually have an allusion to a bridge troll in Skyrim. And it's funny and it's sad at the same time because it embodies everything. It embodies everything about these people. So when I think it's like the northwestern part of Skyrim. If you go there, there's like a dragon bridge or something. There's a bridge, and there's a dead troll under it, with like a bunch of wine bottles strewn about, and there's a note saying,
"What does the note say, Crumb? What does it say?"
I'm going to paraphrase this because I can't remember exactly what it says, but it's a really badly written note saying it's like me troll, me have no friend, like me end life or something like that. It was sad because it had no friends because it was a bridge troll. So it was, I guess it drank itself to death and drowned under the river.
Me no life, me no alcohol. I don't like this plane of existence.
It's just I found that so fucking funny because I'm like, well, that's just like the epitome of these people. But they've unfortunately have found
that, doesn't it? It all comes back to that. Like, are they happy?
They aren't.
Are they happy where they are? And the answer is they are not.
No.
Instead of tackling it, looking at it, dissecting it, and trying to make steps to walk away from it, they just broil themselves in other stupidities.
So, like, this is the thing. It's like, and this goes back to the conversation about the Q situation, just briefly, because like, if someone tells you so many times, because Drexel brought this up on Nick's show last night. Mm-hmm. If someone tells you so many times, like, I'm a good person, I'm a good person, I'm a good person, I'm a good person, they're probably not a good person, right? They're probably not a good person. If someone continuously tells you or themselves that I'm happy, yeah, my life is great, I'm happy, I'm a good person, that's probably not the case.
You ever heard about that, Crumb?
What's that?
Force smiling.
Yes.
Yes. A lot of people don't know what that means. And it's very, very interesting. It's just basically you're just forced to smile at everything.
We happy few.
Exactly. And I really feel a lot of those people are forced smiling way, way too much.
Well, that was one thing that I really hated about streaming in the Pokemon trading card game community.
Oh gosh.
When I got into streaming,
yeah,
like on Twitch, right? Several years ago, I started out playing. I did a 100% start to finish platinum run of Final Fantasy X. And then after I was finished that, I moved on to and this is where my channel really got big growth.
Yeah,
I got into Pokemon trading card game online, and I started streaming that. And at the time, it was a pretty popular channel. Like, it was a pretty popular topic. Mm-hmm. There was only about like 13 or so people that streamed it regularly, and only about 2 or 3 of them were like really huge and partnered. But the community would always gravitate to the people who were 100% positive all the time.
Oh God.
And like everything had to be happy, rainbows and sunshine all the time, and everything is great. And oh my God, I just lost that game, but I just had so much fun playing it. It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
Oh wow.
And if you were not one of those streamers, people like would not follow you. Like it was bad. But if you were like always super positive all the time and blah blah blah, even if you're having a bad day, like I just got shot, but it was the greatest experience of my life, I can tell you right now, of the 3 or 4 of them that were hyper positive streamers, no negativity streamers, they lasted like 6 months before they burnt out.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
And they were popular. I'm talking about like 800 to 1500 views a stream, like people in the stream, and they were super positive all the time, and they were burnt out within 6 months.
My goodness gracious!
Because like not being allowed to have a bad day it drives you insane. And this is imagine not being allowed to have a bad day, and then that is your life. You have created a reality about not being able to accept reality. That's where Ron Toye is. That's where a number of individuals are.
I say a lot of people are in that aspect of things, aren't they?
Like it is absolutely crazy. So here's the thing.
Yep. Let's hear.
In order, and this is again going back to Ron, in order for him to keep up this holy crusade against Vic, he has to do really, really stupid things, right? Like doxing a 9-year-old child. What else he did?
What else did he do? Oh, wait. There's more?
There's more.
There's more. All right.
He keeps going down the rabbit hole.
Awesome.
So, you know what else he did? He just quote unquote stumbled across the video of Vic telling off that religious group in front of the convention. You remember that video?
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Which I thought was a fantastic video for Vic because, Vic was very compassionate. He was very passionate about his religion, and he was trying to push a positive message.
Yep.
You know what Toye wanted to do?
What did Toye want to do?
Ron Toye wants to find that group of people he was shouting at, and make friends with them and talk about and show them how Vic lost and all this other stuff.
Wow.
This group who is admitted, who is their platform is, if you are an anime fan, if you like cartoons, if you are gay, if you are trans, then you are going to hell.
Pretty much.
That is their platform. So okay, Toye,
back in the 50s.
So Toye, let me get this straight. In order to get a gotcha on Vic,
Peter wouldn't do something like that. What is he doing?
You want to chum up with a group that is admittedly homophobic, admittedly anti pop culture, all this other stuff, telling people that they're going to go to hell, telling people that they deserve to die because they like anime.
God will turn his back to thee.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's amazing. I mean, I understand Toye is not religious.
That's something. Well, he's going to be, because those people, here's the best part. Those people will dig into his background and constantly ask him, how is he doing today? Did he pray today at all to God himself?
Yeah.
How are your co-workers doing? They'll get into everything.
It's incredible how far these people will go to keep up their delusion.
If you don't speak the language, you'll be cast out.
Yeah.
It just gets worse from there.
But it's when you look at stuff like this, right? And this is why I have a tiny bit of compassion for Toye.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Just because I think there is possibly a real person that is still locked in a toy box somewhere deep inside of Ron Toye.
It's like those it's Russian dolls.
But so for anyone who is familiar with Final Fantasy X, right? Yeah. I think that this is probably a good description of what things are for him. I think that Ron has reached the levels of Yu Yevon. So Yu Yevon, for people who don't know, was a summoner that basically cast off his form to continually create this reality for himself and others to live in. And he enveloped himself in the unholy armor that is known as sin, that just goes around and destroys things indiscriminately, because he's been doing it for so long that his mind is gone. He's just on autopilot. There's no shred of humanity left in him.
Awesome.
So I think that's what Toye is right now. He's
just going around. You know what? Yeah, I could totally see that, because if we just take a little bit that Toye shared with us, he was involved with the arts. He was chasing people down. He seemed to be more exuberant, trying to get where he wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
And when he finally reached the other end of the rainbow, Could you imagine all the work it took just to get to that point? And
Honestly.
what you have to sell yourself to keep believing in that?
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
How many pieces do you have to shave off your person to craft a reality
To fit in someone else's reality?
To where you're comfortable saying that, the truth doesn't matter, only my truth matters.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you look at that into itself, goodness gracious.
That's insane.
Yep.
It's insane. But you see it with people like Emmett all the time, right? You see, because Emmett likes to create, and this is a thing that I want to tell. So point number one, people, point number one, how to identify an internet bridge troll.
Skyrim drinking wine.
Exactly.
Straight from the bottle. Or the box.
Wine on their breath, first of all. But second, no, what you need to look out for is the disingenuous argument, right? The argument in bad faith. So when you're bringing up a point, so when we bring up a point, for example, blah, 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 and then they want to argue something adjacent to that point. So the whole thing, like, it costs, Ron, when everything is said and done, it cost Ron like $200,000 or what have you.
Sure.
And then they want to argue, oh, well, then they shift the argument to saying, well, $200,000 is not really that much money, blah, blah, blah. And then they want to argue something adjacent to it. Or they want to take your point and they want to, well, this happened in Q's stream with Drexel. Drexel saying, I want to argue about modern marriage. And they say, well, we're arguing that the ideal of marriage. Well, that's not what we're arguing about, but we're still going to argue that point. We're going to drive that point down.
Yeah.
Look for the bad faith arguments where people can't make a counterpoint to your point. So if you make a point and someone sidesteps it and tries to attack something else, that's bad. That's arguing in bad faith. First of all, so you can identify it immediately by saying that someone will refuse to address the point that you bring up, and they'll just bring up a counterpoint that sidesteps it.
Yep.
So you can tell immediately they are not, number one, they can't refute your point. Number two, they don't want to concede your point. And number three, they're trying to cover that up by bringing up a completely different point for you to straw man, or for you to attack as a straw man, or whatever.
Yep. So you forgot that position that the conversation started off on.
Exactly. And so you're going to get off on a completely different tangent, and then what you were had a strong founding of the conversation about is now 200 yards off to the left because you've been pulled so far in a different direction.
Yep, it's the Wookiee defense.
And they get the Wookiee, the Wookiee defense. So then you're going to get drawn down to an argument that they have a strong point in defending to make you look wrong.
Yep.
It happens all the time on Law Twitter. You see it all the time on Law Twitter. They argue in bad faith constantly. Yeah. They constantly argue in bad faith because they know they have a specific thing that they want to argue, and they don't want to address your point. And they're never going to acknowledge your point. They're going to just keep arguing what they want to argue. So when that happens, you have two choices. All right, you have two choices. You can either bring up your point again and keep hammering your point through to make it clear that you're not going to be walking away from it, or two, you can disengage and say, you know what, I understand that you're not taking this seriously. That's the extent of our conversation. Thank you for conceding my point because you can't refute it. That's all we're going to talk about. And you'll notice that some individuals get really upset that you're disengaging in the discussion or debate or argument because they want you to argue with them because they get off on it. They love getting in situations where they can manipulate an outcome. And if you starve them from that, well, then they're going to end up like that troll under the bridge, drunk and face down in a pool of water.
And at the end of the day, does it really matter? As you said before,
that's the point. It doesn't matter.
When we pass away, how much money do you have in your pockets?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Viper Talon brings up a good point in the VIP chat here. It says, I think the problem is that he's still so angry. Ron's problem is that he's still so angry and doesn't have or allow the same destructive outlets. So he has to force himself to be happy and a good person, not expecting bad days, or that he is not this new man that he's become with all the work. And I'd worried one day that he'll have a very dangerous break and his id will take over. So for people who don't understand what an id is, so there's ego, super ego, and id. And the id, so if you think about it, your ego, right, is how you see yourself. Mm-hmm. So it's that trope of like the angel and the devil on your shoulder, right? Mm-hmm. So the angel is your super ego and the devil is your id. So that's and the ego is you
is it
in the middle,
whispering sweet badness in your ear.
Well, it's usually like the worst of the worst of your personality.
Just dox the 9-year-old toy. You could do it. You could do it, toy. He's only 9. He got over it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like and Viper Talon's explaining the id is the primitive instinctual part of the mind that contains sexual and aggressive drives and hidden memories. The super ego operates as the moral conscience. The ego is the realistic part that mediates between the desires of the id and the super ego. It's
look at you go.
Freud. From Freud. But yeah, like just for the layman people out there, it's that trope of like the person standing there with the angel and the demon, like the devil on their shoulders. Like the person in the middle is the ego, the super ego is the angel, the devil is the id.
Yeah.
So it's like that one.
How do you spell id? Is that an acronym or is it an actual title?
It's id. It's like that. It's like that old joke. It's like an ego and a super ego walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "I'm going to need to see some ID," because that's how you spell id.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I get it.
But no, I agree. I agree with Viper Talon's assessment that he's going to go postal one day, 100%.
Oh goodness gracious! We've been calling that for a while now.
Exactly. What? Psych 101 with Grumbrion. Exactly. Action toys.
Yeah, no, he is
going to snap like a fucking dry twig one day.
Yep.
And it's because
in a California forest.
If I don't know if people watch Seinfeld, because this Seinfeld episode wrapped it up entirely in fucking perfect like a bow. There's this one Seinfeld episode where a guy was having like anger management issues, right? And George was, and he was, he'd been like super violent, but he had come to Jesus. He had found a new way to take control of himself, and he was so much better now. And George was struggling with anger management issues, and he heard about this, and so he took on the teachings of serenity now. Anytime that you were angry, just serenity now, and you suppress that anger. You push it down. You push it down.
Just push it down even more.
And then George ends up like snapping one day, and he's like, I don't understand. It's like, yes, serenity now, insanity later.
Well, that's horrible.
You need an outlet. You need a way to express these things. It is impossible to be positive 100% of the time, because you're gonna stub your toe, or you're gonna like you're gonna miss
it's gonna be the Homer Simpson thing. Oh look, I stubbed my toe. Oh, that hurts incredibly. Bonk. Oh, I hit my head on a solid block. Oh, that hurts too.
He steps on a fucking nail.
Exactly.
I will require a tetanus shot.
Oh, look, someone left the rake here and I stepped on it.
Fiddle-dee-dee. Oh yeah, it was George's father who did the Serenity Now bits.
Okay,
that's right too. Tom P knows. Yeah. Tom P knows exactly what I'm talking about. Serenity Now. Serenity Now. Oh my god, it was so good.
Oh goodness. So basically, we got Toy on that egg timer.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know where Toye is storing his repressed anger. I know he's using his smileys to catch himself. He's using his emojis to catch himself. But in the past, he has alluded that his son was his anchor to sanity. Now, I will argue that it is actually the woman in his life.
No pressure on the kid.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah,
I would argue for Ron Toye that his quote unquote anchor to sanity is whoever he has control over. So possibly. it was his son. Now I'm going to go into why.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm going to go into why.
Right.
It was his son, and when his son grew up and became more independent, then it became his wife. And then when he lost his wife, he was at that point where he was it was just going to drive into a bridge. But then he found Monica, and now Monica is his anchor to sanity because his son is old enough. He has no control over his son. But now he's protecting Monica with everything every fiber of his being.
Yep.
So if he loses Monica, I think that is the point when that fusion that atom is going to split.
I'm going to say V8 fusion. Nothing like fission. Carrots and milk mixed together.
That fission is going to happen, and that atom is going to split.
Yeah.
And he is going to
that would
erupt.
Honestly would explain a lot of things, especially when it comes down to Monica. Did you spend any time with Vic? Don't you fucking lie to me.
Don't you fucking lie to me.
Like there's a lot of questions that the best of people would ask. Like, why are you two spending time together? Why are you in a hotel room together?
Well, why wouldn't
this?
Why wouldn't Monica bring it up earlier? Why would she wait to tell him? And not just wait to tell him, why would she wait to tell him until after a lawsuit was filed?
Oh, pretty much.
Right? When this stuff with Vic came out, she could have told him at that point.
Well, the thing
she told him
going
after
back
he made
to
it public on Twitter
of 2019, and that video with Vic, Monica, and other third person I can't remember, them hanging out, laughing, and having a good time.
Yeah,
shit, that alone should be fucking circled and brought back to Toy.
So like this is what I mean. It's like he's operating on base instinct.
Yeah.
Like Viper Talon was pointing out, he's operating on his id. He's going with base instinct, and I think he's attached every modicum of his sanity to Monica.
Yeah, I could totally. The logic is definitely there,
which is
towards that.
It's a scary situation.
It is.
It's very we all know where scary. It's going to go.
Yeah, and he's only seeing a psychiatrist, not a therapist, but a psychiatrist once a month.
Yeah, he's getting therapy once a month and basically getting prescribed books because apparently the guy is he's a quack. He doesn't. There's been a couple people that know of the guy who he's seen, and because they live in the area, and the guy has a really terrible reputation as a therapist. So
I don't know. He needs to sit down and spend a couple. Well, he's got the money. He keeps talking about cutting checks.
He's talking about money. Yeah.
Basically, cut a couple of checks out to a decent therapist or a psychiatrist. I prefer a therapist because at least they look under the hood, kind of show you.
So here's the thing, right?
Yeah, let's hear this.
Some things that I want to tell people.
Yeah,
is that I want to say because I've been in middle management before, so I know how to deal with like how to use outlets for your frustration because you get shit on in every single direction, right? Yeah. First of all, if you're not happy with your workplace or your job, this is the number one easiest way to resolve it. If you're not happy with your life, with your workplace, with your job, what have you, find a job. that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Find a job that you enjoy. I understand if you're making like $60,000 a year and you're comfortable making that amount of money, and you don't know how you could live, dropping down to 32,000. Your happiness is worth more than any amount of money.
And I like to echo that, because the thing is that if you're miserable all the time, that will start seeping into your brain. That will start delivering certain dopamines to your body, and your body will start physically reacting to your negativity and also your depression. And the thing is that what could lead from there, there's a huge lists, and it's not good.
No,
it's not good at
no.
all. Sometimes it might not win the genetic lottery, but if you're miserable, like really fucking miserable, it will affect you mentally, physically, spiritually, socially.
So like you have to identify for yourself as a person, right? I did this a number of years ago. You have to define for yourself if you're a person that will find fulfillment in having a career working for somebody else. This is a number one thing everyone needs to figure out, in my opinion. This should be taught in schools, in my opinion. Figure out if you're the type of person that is content making money and having a career working for somebody else. That's great. Go out and find a career and establish yourself in that career. If you're the type of person who does not or is unable to find happiness by working for somebody else or making somebody else money, then you need to find yourself a hobby. You need to find something. You need to find a hobby that you could turn into something of a business or an entrepreneurial pursuit. Yeah. Exactly. Because you're never going to find happiness in career and work. You're always going to be miserable. So find a job that allows you to be flexible and have a flexible schedule that allows you to pursue your dream, to pursue your career.
Yep. Regardless where it leads you.
Regardless of where it leads you. Because here's the thing. Make enough to put money on your table. Make enough to put food on your table. And then determine from there, am I happy being a company man or woman, or do I want to be my own, or do I want to pursue something else or do something bigger? Because if you have aspirations to, start your own business or start this or do this project or travel the world or whatever, you're not going to find happiness working a 9-to-5, 45-hour-a-week job for a corporation. That's the way it goes. You're going to find nothing but despair and anger and bitterness, and you're going to be missing something in your life.
Yep.
So the number one thing you got to do is find out that part about you. And when you find out that part about you, you got to find a hobby. Ron doesn't have a hobby. I can tell you right now.
Of course he has a hobby. We know what hobby he has.
Well, reading fucking self-help books.
There you go.
That's not a hobby.
I thought Vic was his hobby because he loves Vic. He loves Vic.
Yeah, Twitter is his hobby.
There you go.
Well, that's true though. That's true. Viper Talent says it's 100% true though.
Yeah.
Ron's hobby is Twitter, and this is the thing. That's his outlet right now. You see where this is going?
Mm-hmm.
He's found an outlet where he is in control and he looks really good and he gets lots of positive feedback.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, that's his hobby right now. That's his outlet, which is not a healthy outlet because it's not reality.
No, it's not.
It's not productive. Let me.
Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
Let me correct myself. Yeah. It is reality. Like social media is reality.
It is
because you're not dealing like you're not going into Second Life, and you're not doing something fake that if you go and attack somebody in an RP game that destroys their life in game but not in real life. If you attack somebody on Twitter, you're attacking their real life.
I see.
If you attack someone on social media, you're attacking their real life. It is not a game, but these people treat it like it's a game. They treat it like it's not real.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
That's a huge problem. We know people like that, don't we, Crumb?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Like, it's so crazy. And Action Toys is saying, yeah, if you work seasonal work, you get months off, you can collect DI, and you get lots of me time. You get lots of time to pursue your own stuff. There are so many different ways that people could be a productive worker, be a productive member of society, and still have free time. Yep. And like and things like that. You have people that are workaholics and they only they only exist to be part of a corporate machine, and that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people really, really enjoy working.
So getting back to your first point, what was it again, Crumb, for all the people in the class coming a little bit late?
Go ahead, Mr. Hop.
Basically, finding what you want, finding what makes
finding out who you are.
Yep, exactly.
What makes you happy? Are you a workaholic? And does doing work and being
and
at work?
And if you enjoy that, then
do it.
Awesome. Exactly. Then go off and do it. But if you're a dreamer and you want to see what's on the other end of the rainbow, find
a way that pursues that. Because here's the thing: you can get locked into a career really, really easily, right? Because the sunk cost fallacy, right?
Yeah.
You work at a company for 10 years and you're stuck at middle management. You're like, well, I'm making like $40K a year, and I'm like, I don't know, like I'm really making a lot of money here, and I'm living at the standard, and I have like this huge house, and I have car payments, and I have this, and I have that, and then blah blah blah. I'm like,
I got responsibilities.
Yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm. That's fine and all, but are you happy? And if you're not happy because it's cutting into or eliminating your hobbies altogether, then you have to say, okay, well, is my sense of self, is my worth as a person, is my happiness worth this?
Yeah.
And if you can answer yes and say, well, you know what, I'm feeling fulfilled because I'm checking off all the boxes here, then great. Go for it.
Yeah.
But if you're saying, well, no, I'm not happy, then you need to
really examine that.
You need to reevaluate it. Oh, I definitely checked my my DMs there to Docta. I haven't looked at the video just yet.
What video is this?
It's a video about Funimation, apparently.
Oh, good Lord.
I know.
For a sad company, I think their name is very misleading. Maybe here's a lawsuit behind that.
on Funimation.
Pretty much.
But I'll say this till the day that I die. All right. I cannot stand working for big corporations, because big corporations historically don't care about you.
No, they don't. And why should they?
Because
if it's designed for one purpose only. And what's that, Crumb?
Well, it's to make money.
There you go. That's
the thing is, it's like, if push came to shove, right? Because you're expected as an individual worker, you are expected to go into work every single day and make that job as much money as you can possibly make it.
That's right.
Right. If you were to go into your work, if you were to go into your boss's office right now, I mean, not advisable because it's 8 p.m. where we are. Yeah, so I mean, they're probably at home
on a Saturday.
They're still probably at home. So don't do that. If you were to go into work and into your boss's office and said, you know what, boss, I just want to come in every single day and I want to do the absolute bare minimum of what my job is expected. I can guarantee you the first opportunity they have, they will fire your ass.
Of course.
For doing your job.
Of course. Bare bone minimum job.
Bare minimum of your job. They will fire your ass.
Yep. Or better yet, I'm only going to work at the pay that you give me at.
Well, no, that pay is relative. So pay doesn't make. I hate that argument. That was an argument that people use at the call center all the time. It's like, well, I should be paid what I'm worth. Really? What do? You sit on your ass. You take one call a day while everyone else around you takes 300.
One call a day.
Well, these are people that got paid more money because they spoke a different language, right?
Okay, gotcha.
So it's like they get paid like $3 or $4 more an hour. They take one call as opposed to the person next to them who's taking 300, and they expect to be paid more because they're worth more.
That's awesome.
Like, okay, sure.
Your stress is
pay is relative. Pay is stupid.
I was gonna make that. I was supposed to sound funny.
Yeah, no. I'm just putting that out
there. No, for sure.
But the thing is what it comes down to, it's if there are expectations of a job, right? You know, if you look at a job that usually has outlines of what's expected of that job, and if you go into the mindset, if you go into the job with that mindset of I'm going to do what I am expected to do, I'm going to clock in and I'm going to clock out. You know, like that whole wolf and the sheepdog thing. You know,
that's right, George.
It's like, hey, Sam.
Hey, George.
Hey, George. And then they clock in, they go in, they do their job, they go home. If you do that, you're classified as a poor employee. Why is that? Because the companies don't care about you. They don't care that they want to get the most out of you. And when you don't, and when they start getting less out of you, you become less productive, and then you're a target. You're gone.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing.
Okay.
This is why I me personally, I realize this about myself. I don't like that. Like, I take pride in the work that I do. I take pride in going in and doing the best job that I can do. But I don't like the fact that if I'm giving 110% to my job and my job is not giving 110% back to me, that's a disproportionate relationship.
Yes, it is.
And that's an abusive relationship. Now, I'm not saying that's my current job. My current job is okay. Like, my current job's okay in terms of give and take. So I'm fine with that. I'm saying in previous jobs, there have been abusive relationships where I was expected to give. So as an example, the call center I used to work for, when I was a supervisor, when I was in management, I was on salary, right?
Oh,
my schedule.
That's a trap right there.
My schedule was 44 hours a week, right?
Yep.
My scheduled hours were 44 hours a week. I was told when I got the job, I was expected to work at least 50 hours. So I was expected to work 6 hours for free.
Yep.
When I was scheduled for 44.
Yep.
And if I didn't put in at least 55 hours a week, I got in trouble. So that's a disproportionate
little relationship. In the corner. Of course.
That's an abusive relationship between employee and business. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, so the campaign that I was on, they pulled the contract because they were internalizing. Big surprise. And there was a bunch of and when it came down to it, they had to pick and choose who they were going to put in different campaigns. And surprise, surprise, they did not want me. I wasn't going to stay anyways because that was a good excuse for me to get like 7 weeks of like basically like 14 weeks of severance. It was a lot of money. So they surprise, they said they did not want to keep me, despite the fact that I went into that job, gave 110% every single day, but because I didn't put in free labor for them, because I would refuse to go in for more than 50 hours a week, because I refuse to do that. Oh, not good enough. We don't want you.
Yeah, you're being a troublemaker, being a rebel.
So I knew at that point, it's like, you know what? I'm not going to work for a corporation. I'm not going to work for somebody else as a quote unquote career, because that's a joke, in my opinion. Other people out there, they might be satisfied with that, knowing that that's good for them. No problem. But for myself, I know like what my time is worth, what work I can do, and how successful I can be in certain things. Yep. So I'll take my effort and I'll put them on my ventures, and I'll be successful in those ventures, and I'll look back at the people I used to work with, and they're still in the same spot they were fucking 10 years later.
Yep. And just imagine, just for a split millisecond, that you've done everything they wanted you to do, and you did more that you're asked for. And when the promotion comes in, or when the decisions come in, you still get cut out. just imagine what your psyche must be like after all.
So this is a situation here that actually happened really recently that pissed me off, and I'm not even the one that it affected. Because I know my role in my current job, and I'm happy with it. I'm going to go in, do my stuff, blah blah blah. I have no aspirations of getting a raise. What I mean is like getting a higher position or whatever else. Yeah. I'm perfectly happy staying at the bottom rung of the ladder and just working it out because I've done the whole management thing, and that's a fruitless endeavor for most places. So I'm perfectly happy just being a grunt, going in, doing my stuff because it gives me a lot of free time to go and do the stuff that I want to do. So there's people that I know that went above and beyond the call of their station, right, in order to kind of get recognized, in order to get the training, to get the experience, to move into a management type of position, right? And they got taken advantage of for several years. They got put on contract positions for management, but they never quite got the job, right? And then recently, there was a person who was not qualified for a management type of position, coming up with contract positions again. And this person who has literally never done the job before, literally has to be trained from the ground up in the position, gets that position over somebody who had been tapped for the contract position several times.
Ooh, that must have been an interesting coffee break.
Yeah. So that pissed me off because I'm like, well, hold on a second. Like, I don't know. I don't get why you're taking, and I know why it happened. It was favoritism because this person that got moved up had been like sucking the manager's ass for the entire 2 years that they've been there. So yeah, the 100% favoritism. But that's the thing. It's like companies don't care. A lot of companies don't care about the individual. They just care about specific things. You look at Funimation.
Productivity.
Look at Funimation. Look at the amount of work that Vic gave Funimation. Look at the amount of, in my opinion, Funimation fucking robbed him.
Oh yeah.
His talent was worth, I don't even care how much they were paying him. He was worth more than that.
Well, the biggest thing is that just imagine if someone went up to someone, hey, you have a really nice voice. Ever thought about voice acting? And you get involved, you put the time in, stuff like that, and you're finding out that the fucking pizza person down the road makes more than you do.
Yep.
And then you got to find, another way to get the money in, and you make your own avenue thing. Before I rant on what's this here.
Sousa Birds, I'm just going to try to go through some chats because I know we've been ignoring. I've been going on tangents and ignoring chat.
Yeah.
Now more than ever, to learn new skills and learn something you love. Exactly. I'm learning coding and animation while I work HR. Absolutely. There's so many. Like we're living in an age where you can literally go and take night courses, or you can go and take like online courses, and fucking learn an entirely new skill set.
Yep.
And be qualified.
Yep.
And you don't have to fit into these stupid little molds for corporatism.
Yep.
Alzora says, you guys know people wishing Trump dies of COVID and allegedly don't know if it's true, if they're delving into the dark arts. Oh my goodness. I've heard about people that have been like fucking running victory laps because Trump has COVID. I think it's stupid. Honestly.
No one really wants to see someone die from this.
And apparently these people do, but
yeah.
The thing is, I think it's really stupid. Yeah. Those people. But I think it's really stupid to wish ill on anybody because that just comes back in karma.
Oh, karma fucking hates that.
Yeah. It's really stupid to wish ill on people because that shit comes back on you tenfold.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they're delving into the dark arts. I don't think so. I think that's if anyone is, again, karma. So
the funny is that I've seen a couple of case studies and what built up towards this, and what it all came down to is that the Republicans really like hugging each other constantly, all the time.
Yeah.
Oops.
And we have a VIP chat here. Viper Talon says, when I need extra time from my team, I reward them with money or time off. Their choice. Absolutely agree. And Karma is good friends with Murphy. It's true. And Action Toys is saying, I love. I told my old job, and they gave a raise because I was 3 to 4 times more productive than my coworkers. I gave notice, and then I got promoted. There you go.
Sometimes you have to quit to get ahead.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
And Sousa Bird, when I worked at Target, I was told I needed to do manager level work, but they wouldn't give me a raise or promotion. I found the new job as soon as possible. That happens so often.
Well,
that
first
happens
off,
so fucking often.
I am so sorry you worked for Target. That's very unfortunate. But I'm glad you moved on. Yeah.
And Nerdy is saying the thing is, you're putting in the work. You were putting in the work, Rumbrion. The other people were talking about what wanted the pay, but they wouldn't put in the work. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Scribner Jr. It's funny you bring this up because I've been thinking about making my own business. I mean, I say for people that want to do it. Try it.
Yeah.
So at least leave no room for regrets.
Yeah. Basically, one of the few things of caution I would put out there is go into it slowly.
Yeah.
Don't dive in head first. Don't make any serious decisions. Make the big decisions when you start feeling very comfortable in what you're doing. That's key. Very, very key.
Exactly. And Gippy's saying, I felt like I gave it my all for Anime North. Hello, Gippy, by the way. And they ended up backstabbing me and screwing over my panel. Not even an apology. It hurts and you got to move on. That happens with a lot of businesses. You can create so much for a business and they can, at the snap of a finger, take it all away from you and it's theirs.
Yeah.
So like, why would you create something that is worth $1 million for someone to just rip it away from you, take you out of it, and refuse to give you credit for it?
Sounds very familiar, don't it?
Yeah, it is wild. Absolutely wild. Action Toys channel. If the company does that,
Again.
the person doesn't give the new hire any help. Just let them fail and fuck up. Yeah, funny story. I did that. So at the Bay, when I first moved to Kitchener, I was working in the receiving area department, and they were basically training me to take over for the full-time position. And the manager of that store was like an asshole. We didn't get along at all. Perfect. And I got along with people that he didn't get along with. So, and of course, politics. And even though I did my job, I did above and beyond my job, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I was treated poorly because of the relationships that I had within the store, and I wasn't friends with the right people. So when push came to shove, when the guy finally retired from the receiving position, the full-time receiving, I applied for it, and they gave it to someone brand new that didn't work at the store. And they said, you have to train this person. I'm like, no, I'm not going to train him.
I can imagine that. No.
I'm like, if you want me to do the full-time position and do all the stuff that the full-time is expected to do, give me full-time. And they're like, well, that's not how it works. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not training him. And so they're like, okay, well, you have to. It's part of your job. I'm like, all right, then I want to switch departments. And I did. I ended up switching departments, and they ended up getting fucking screwed in the receiving area. And then shortly around that time was when the Bay and like Hudson's Bay was doing a bunch of cutbacks.
Yeah.
And they were like cutting back like 5 people from like every store across Canada, and 4 people. So one person was my manager, who was a fucking fruitcake. She was such an idiot. She got let go. 3 other people who were close to retirement got let go, and myself.
Awesome.
So just goes to show you.
By the way, did you hear what's happening in Manitoba with the major Bay store that's there?
Not recently, no.
They're shutting it down.
Oh wow.
And that's been around for like over a century.
Wow.
So like the Hudson Bay Company is in a lot of trouble right now. I mean, like,
that's crazy.
Huge.
Viper Talon says everyone should value themselves and their time. If your employer does not, then strongly consider a new employer or doing your own thing if you can. 100% agree. 100% agree with that.
Yep. As I said before, it's important to keep happy.
Absolutely.
Generally happy, not wearing a happy mask.
Happiness, actual genuine happiness and fulfillment in your life. Yep. If you're not finding that, you need to find it. Like if you're in a family, if being with your kids is happiness for you, if that brings you happiness, and you're working like 80 hours a week at a job that does not care about you or does not like you or what have you, you have to find ways to ease up. You have to find ways to get your time back.
Yep. And that's and the thing is that that's really the trick, isn't it? Just you circling that phrase, trying to get your time back.
Yeah.
That's tough, even in today's time. And it's getting even tougher all the time.
Like when you look at it though, in North America, we're really bad for this. In Europe, it's much better. But in North America, we're really bad for this. We work, I don't even know how many weeks a year, but we generally, when you're out there for a job, whatever else, you're expected to work day in, day out, 5 days a week, right?
Yeah.
Usually full time. You get at best 1 to 2 weeks vacation. So that means you're expected to work 50 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
To have the
2 weeks
have the benefit of having 2 weeks off.
Yep.
So let me just do quick maths here.
Okay.
I'm going to bring up my calculator.
Wait a minute. You have a calculator? That's amazing.
I do.
That's amazing.
So let's see. 5 times 50.
That would be
250 days.
Yep.
250 days
out of 300.
Out of 365.
Yep.
So you have less than
14
a third.
Days. Yeah. 14.
Less
days.
than a third of the year off.
Yep.
You have to work for 2/3 of the year to get 10 days free.
Isn't that amazing? Absolutely amazing when you crunch it down to that. Like in Europe, everyone takes a break at the exact same time.
Well, it's like a 6 month. They have like 6 months worth of vacation too, or something to that effect.
And the thing is, the thing is that again, a lot of people don't understand that. Like almost on the same principle level of Americans wondering, not all Americans, but a vast majority of them wonder why we have socialized medicine. Why should we pay for other people's illnesses? And it's like, it's not working harder, it's working smarter and getting your time back. That's the important aspect.
So Viper Talon is saying, so you want a day off? Let's take a look at what they're asking there. There are 365 days in a year, 52 weeks per year, and you already have 2 days off per week, leaving 261 days available for work. Since you spend 16 hours a day away from work, you have used up 170 days, only leaving 91 days available. You spend 30 minutes of each day on a coffee break. That accounts for 23 days a year, leaving only 68 days available with a 1 hour lunch period. And you've used up, with a 1 hour lunch period each day, you've used up another 46 days, leaving only 22 days available for work. You normally spend 2 days a year on sick leave. This leaves you 20 days available for work. We are off for 5 holidays a year, leaving down to 15 days. We are generously giving you a 14-day vacation per year, which only leaves 1 day available for work. And it'll be damned if you're going to be taking that day off.
I'm not feeling so well.
Exactly. Exactly. And Nern is saying, I think you mean joy. Happiness can be dependent on what's happening. You need to find the place where you can have joy even when it's hard. Yeah, it's true. I mean, Nick has said this too. You have to find happiness. You have to find what brings you joy. And you have to foster that.
Happy.
And Action Toys, I'll say it again, people. If you're working seasonal, you get a minimum pay grade of $18 an hour. Then during the off season, you go certified in something and do something else the company needs. Your pay grade goes up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm a big proponent, like going into trades, things like that right now, especially.
Yeah.
Getting into trade school, really important.
Right now, it's really all over the place because there's a huge glutton of people getting the trades and just not getting the jobs. It's really one foot in front of the other. Basically, as I said before, and this is very, very, very key, do what you like.
Do what you enjoy doing.
That's it. Everything else will find a way.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Because here's the thing, right? Too.
Yeah.
If you're the type of person that really enjoys working, find joy in what you do, and find a place where you can have joy in your job, and it won't feel like a job.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to. And Gav is saying it used to be 1 day weekends until the end of the 19th century. With automation, being able to work from home. The 3-day weekend will come into effect soon. It should already be here. Honestly, when we were working at the call center, we were experimenting with a 4-day week. You'd work 10-hour days and do 4 days a week, and people were so happy. They were so happy. It was a better workplace, and it got scrapped. There's no reason for it because it leaves you flexibility in terms of scheduling. You have more flexibility. You have more availability. Like you could operate with less people, but for whatever reason, I guess making a happier workplace is not a. This is back at the call center. This is not my current job, but it's like having 4 hours, like 4-day 10-hour days. You get your 40 hours in. You get people 3 days off. 4 days on, you're basically not working half the week. It's great. It is awesome. And because right now we're spending more time at work than we are at home.
Oh yeah.
On average. And it's so crazy. But this is what contributes to these, getting back to the topic here, this is what contributes to these individuals going online and acting like fucking lunatics.
Yep.
And acting like, oh, it doesn't matter because it's not real life. Social media is real life. As much as people want to pretend to be somebody else and, act out and act like fools and act like trolls, yes, you may be anonymous. Yes, you may be pretending to be somebody else, but the consequences of your actions are tangible. They're real.
Mm-hmm.
And so hopefully these little tidbits here, like find a fucking hobby that doesn't involve destroying people's lives.
Well, that's always a good place to start.
Like, good Lord.
Imagine that's a prerequisite. I like to get involved in a hobby where I'm not destroying and annihilating individuals.
Like, seriously. Well, the other like I'd say like 15 to 20% of the morons arguing with people online, that's actually their kink. They actually physically get off to it.
Ew.
Oh yeah, there's a fucking market out there for being told off.
Is there really?
Yeah. There's like a whole like dom sub market out there right now for like it's mostly people in like the corporate thing too that buy these things. Like big corporate men,
oh, wow.
CEOs and shit are paying like thousands of dollars to have like women or like people like or whatever else. Like I could make these videos like degrading men and shit like that. And that's why a lot of people, spoiler alert, that's why some of these people online like to fight with me.
And you're not even getting paid.
I'm not even getting paid for it. That's why they like to fight with me, because I am effective at destroying people. And that's not me filleting myself, right? That's not me fluffing myself up. This is what I've been told from other individuals. They're like, holy shit, like you just fucking burnt that person to the ground.
And they like it.
Exactly. And so it's like, so I have to catch myself in certain instances, because I'm like, you know what? This person's probably getting off to it.
Yep.
And I'm not getting paid for it. So I'm gonna cut that back.
That's so many U's.
Well, that's the thing though.
Tell me how bad of a person I am. Tell me. Whoa, we're done.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like you can sit there and humiliate them and make them feel like an absolute, and do all this stuff, and then getting off to it. So that's the other caution I want to tell people. Is you don't know who these people are, and you can't identify them.
There's definitely that.
Well, I mean, I can identify them because I've seen enough situations where I'm like, you know what? I'm done talking with you. And they're like, no, please keep fighting with me, please.
Keep the precious. The precious must keep the talkings.
Keep your foot on my throat, please.
Please. What?
Just 5 more minutes. 30 more seconds, please.
Please.
No, so when you're arguing with someone online or whatever else, just keep in the back of your mind that there is a potential that person is furiously masturbating to it.
Oh, ew! Ew.
So that will
Crumb.
disincentivize
Crumb. Ew.
any to disincentivize any point of trying to keep up an argument with them. I am not even kidding, folks. I know people out there think I'm joking.
Okay.
There are go out there and Google it right now.
No.
Don't, if you're at work, don't.
That's
but go
right.
out there and
Not
Google it
work.
right now. There are degradation videos. There are people that pay thousands of dollars to have personal live streams of where either dominatrixes or whatever else fucking talk shit to them and call them disgusting fucking human beings, and like make fun of how small their penis is and all this other stuff.
There's a hobby for you.
Right? I mean, honestly, if I could keep a straight face, I would fucking be rolling in money, because like I can't take these people seriously.
Yeah,
I can't. I cannot take these people seriously enough to do it, because I'd fucking laugh in their face. Which, I mean, they would probably.
Wait a second, what's they pay for, right?
That's probably what they pay for anyway. But yeah,
there you go.
But no, like it's the weirdest thing, and it's a market out there, and it's mostly corporate men that want someone to sit there, usually women, that want to sit there and be fucking degraded and told that they're pieces of shit. And you have this is what I'm seeing with Ron Toye. Just putting that out there.
Wait a second. Oh.
Right? He already admitted he loves getting into arguments. I mean,
ew.
Keep your hands above the fucking desk there, Ron Toye, when we're talking to
you. Insert live stream camera. Oh. Ew. Oh god, I need a shower.
1 second. I'm just getting
what you getting?
I'm getting a live reaction from Ron after.
Oh no. How many happy faces?
1 second. I just have to get this.
Okay.
You know how the internet is.
I do. We got the best internet hamsters.
We have the best. We have the best internet.
That's right. The best that we could possibly.
So I'm gonna warn you, folks. This is probably NSFW. This is a live shot from Ron, just after like hearing all the shit that we've been talking about him today. So just prepare yourself.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna zoom in on this.
I don't know if you want to zoom in on it.
Oh, ew. Why do you post these things, Crumb? Bad Crumb.
It's a live shot from Ron Toye's office right now.
Oh, good lord.
Of him listening into all the shit that we're talking about him.
Oh my goodness gracious. Wow.
There you go.
My little fragile mind has been splintered even further. Thanks, Crumb.
You're welcome.
Oh, by the way,
damn right, you will thank me.
I'm sorry. Did you see the new South Park episodes yet?
I have not. And the pandemic ones. We got cable. I should watch them.
They went after everybody.
Oh, I'm sure they
did. The only thing that was different, and this is a bit of a spoiler, is that since they're now broadcasting through, is it Prime or Amazon? Amazon Prime? Or something of those lines. They don't have to worry about censorship anymore. So every time when they swear, you hear exactly what they're saying. And I think that's one of the few things I liked about South Park is when they're actually being censored.
I liked the bleeping. That was fun.
Yeah. There's no more bleeping. And it's like, oh, that's different. And also the end credits where they always have that one airline. It's no longer attached. Yeah, no longer attached. It's like, oh fuck.
That's sad.
They've changed. They sold out.
Well, son of a
there it is. But yes. But again, I liked it. I thought it was funny. They roasted everyone, and yeah, it worked.
That's good.
Yeah, but that picture of Toye, good God, why are we sleeping? Is our views that low that we need to go that low on things?
No, honest to God.
Okay.
Honest to God, no.
So I thought you were happy with the views.
I'm happy. I'm happy with the folks that we have watching. You guys are
the
best audience.
The bestest ever. The best chats, and the wall's still coming. The Ricadas would pay for it. Because that's what Ricadas do.
It's true. Yeah. My goodness. No, honestly, it's I'm happy with our channel. I'm happy with what we're doing.
I'm happy what we're doing. It adds a little bit of fun towards everything. Everyone's being all down and gloomy in the dumps. We just step up and kind of going, hey, it's not that good and it's not that bad either.
Well, things are never as good as they seem, never as bad as they seem. So
yep, you got it.
Somewhere in the middle. I mean, hopefully this pandemic shit will be eased up by like November, December.
Well, I hope so, because I'm a little distraught over all of this. It's like, hey, we're doing great. We're going into the third phase of things, and fourth phase is when they're free and clear, and everything's great. 100 cases per day later, and it's like, oh my God. And it's all happening around the youth.
We'll be going into phase more.
Phase more, yeah, pretty much.
And now Viper Talon's saying it's always fun to hang out with you guys. I appreciate that, Viper Talon.
Yeah, thanks.
You're awesome. And like, everyone, honestly, thank you guys so much for being a part of this little community.
It's 26 episodes in.
We are half a year broadcasting.
Yeah. And the thing is that, again, the show gets better and better, and we get funnier and funnier, and pretty soon we'll have CEOs dialing us up saying, tell me how bad of a person I am. Only for $1,000. Done. Sweet. We'll get bigger hamsters.
And y'all think I'm fucking joking. All right. I've had people message me about it. So
oh my goodness gracious.
I know. I can't take it seriously, or else I'd be rolling in fucking money.
Oh, why don't you take it seriously?
It's so fucking funny. It's so funny.
Then if it's funny, then take their money. Especially if they're contacting you. How often do you get the email saying, hello, I like how you degrade me in the virtual public square, and I'm willing to pay you privately for that? Take their fucking money.
I wish I could. Honestly, I wish I could. It's just like the same thing. Like I have a problem fucking taking people's money for tarot readings. Like I don't know. I'm just a fucking weirdo.
There's a difference of taking money for tarot. There's a difference of saying, all right, you're a piece of shit. $10,000. Cha-ching! Done.
Like you're,
and you can vent frustration. You could use it as counseling. You could
my insults. My insults apparently just have a way to just like sink right to the fucking bone for people. So
and they're willing to pay money for that.
I know. I know.
Do you have any idea? I would love to have that particular skill, but I'm all dyslexic and shit, so fuck. It doesn't quite work the same. And on top, I'm a little emotional these days, so it's like, oh my God, whoa. Next thing I'm fucking crying because I should have boasting. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, no, it's I have a knack, I suppose, for just burning people at the fucking social media stake. So.
Well, I've witnessed that firsthand several times. it's like you get down, basically you come across this little fiery pit, and you get down, you just pick up a little bit of ash, rub it between your fingers, like, Crumb's been here. How can you tell? The ambers are a little wet, and only people cry when Crumb tells them exactly what they think.
Fireball.
Exactly. Done. Fireball whiskey.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh my goodness.
So where were we? Are any more chats that people want to throw in here that we're not neglecting anybody?
I don't know. I think we might be caught up, which is nice.
That's cool.
But no, it's again, so just to touch on what we're going to be doing for the rest of this month. We do have a show. We're going to be on. Mike Walters has invited us on October 30th. We're going to be on the mic stand,
formerly known as the kickstand.
So be sure Mike. To. Can I bring up the video?
30th.
Can I bring up the video on Twitter before the stream ends? I don't know if I'm going to show it, because I don't know what the video is. The clip that was sent by Dedoc. Let me just see here. 1 second. I'm just listening to the video. I don't know who the voice actress is, but she's basically talking about how the only role she refused was basically like a lolicon show. I guess that was because of Funimation.
I guess. Funimation. The contradictionary of the business name.
Oh, that was Colleen Klinkenbeard. She refused a role because she's one of the people that doesn't like Vic.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's so hard to keep it straight.
Well, there's a bunch of morons that don't like Vic for God knows whatever reason.
Yeah, it's his pants. That's the problem.
It must be his pants.
Yeah. Those 80 style.
Golly gee willikers.
Those 80 style parachute pants. Who knew that would come back to haunt him?
And Gav is saying, I do enjoy these videos. I have such a great time. Hope to fly to Canada one day, go to the con, and buy you both a drink. You're definitely welcome.
That would be really cool, eh? We'll like sit down over Frosty and just converse over internet stuff like we're doing right now.
Yeah. We're pretty good to hang out with, I think. I think we're pretty good company.
Oh, goodness gracious, yeah. The only thing is to make sure I have some time set aside for that type of stuff.
No, of course.
Jesus, so much work to do at a convention.
But no, we're hopefully. Oh yeah, so that we have that coming up on October 30th.
Yep, we got the mic stand, and then we got our show on the 30th.
We have our show on the 31st. It's gonna be a tarot show. We'll probably have some other topics as well, but I'll be doing tarot readings the entire day because it's
and we'll be giving
a full moon.
Eggs.
It's a full moon. We'll be doing some giveaways.
Yep. And then on top of that, maybe the zombie walk might happen. Maybe not. I'm staying more on the positive.
Yeah, I don't think the zombie walk is going to be long for the world.
Yeah.
I think they're double tapping it.
Hope there's become a initiative. Double tap. Cardio is very important. Very, very important. First rule.
Yeah. Remember, they kept trying to say that cardio and that Scott Freeman and then stuff that's Colleen said. And well, they kept Scott Freeman and sell stuff like Colleen said. Yeah, it's true. Like Funimation. Well, they also had they were going to dub interspecies reviewers until it got a big fucking blowback. Yeah, no, Funimation's a fucking hypocrite, 100%.
I heard they sold off that property to a smaller dubbing company. That's what I heard of.
Well, I think they refused it, or they had it pulled or something.
No. The thing is that Funimation pulled it because everyone's all backlashing, going, "Oh my god, you can't think of the children!" And they sat on it. And I think that the producers in Japan were saying, "What the fuck is this? We gave you this to make money from you. You're not doing that." So I've heard that Funimation turned around and sold it to a different company, or at least it's a different company type of thing. So their name was officially off of it.
Well, I know
what does that mean? I don't know.
I know a different company has it now. I don't know how it happened, but
yeah, again,
had it now they don't have it. So
yeah. So basically, what does this really mean in the long term? We don't know yet. So basically, no pun intended, but stay tuned.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just like Funimation is a bunch of snakes.
Oh God! Well,
they're a bunch of hypocrites.
The whole business of fandom right now is certainly hitting on that road, because you know what's happened with Marvel recently? Marvel Comics.
I don't pay attention much.
Oh, super brief. They're going back to Diamond, and they're saying, I think we want more Diamond's going, why would he give you more? They kind of go, well, DC's not here anymore. And if we leave, your distributing company gets flushed down the toilet.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh.
My goodness.
So, yeah. A lot of reciprocation around that type of stuff. So, but however, end of the day, we'll see what happens.
Hopefully, people can take away a couple things from the stream about how to deal with internet race cars and morons out there on the social media. And yeah, but bottom line, I mean, like I've said this before.
Yeah,
these people aren't even worth 30 seconds of your time.
Nope, unless they're paying you.
Unless they're paying you, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Degrade me more. Tell me how bad of a person I am. And also to all of our chat, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
Who the people who you're chasing down, poking fun at, telling them how bad of a person they are. Are you sure you're not contributing towards their happy alone time?
I mean, probably are.
Ew, and more ew. So,
yeah,
if you're not getting paid, why are you engaging? You engage with us because we're fun. We're just a bunch of people hanging out online, chit-chatting. That's it.
Hey, you like make fun of them. But when they engage, just don't even bother wasting your shit on them. Honestly.
Yep.
Because these individuals learn to figure out, learn to see and learn to identify when someone is just trolling you, when they're being a contrarian, when they're arguing in bad faith. Because there is no point in engaging with that person outside of their amusement.
Yep.
And so do you really want to placate them and amuse them without being paid for it? Probably not.
Yeah. And when it really comes down to it, a lot of these people are suffering from mental illnesses. Or they're going through a major thing, and maybe they're not themselves.
Or they're just like pieces of shit because they're, bitter little bridge trolls that.
And they didn't take our advice, which was Crumb.
Block Rontoy.
There's that. What I was alluding to, dear Crumb, was basically do what makes you happy.
Yeah, just do what makes you happy. Do what brings you joy.
Exactly.
Easiest way to look at it.
Start your things, weigh into things at the shallow end of the pool. Don't dive in things head first. Because
generally don't find success off the back of somebody else. Like don't skin someone to make success off of it, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking a shot at internet blood sports and all this other shit. Don't go after other people. Don't put other people down to raise yourself up, because here's the thing. If you lower someone to raise yourself up, you're not going anywhere. You're just standing in the same spot.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you raise each other up, then you're going up. Then you're moving, you're making progress.
Yeah.
But if you dig a hole to put somebody in it and then stand on top of that person, you're on the same level you were before.
Pretty much, especially if you dig a hole.
So that's all I got to say about that. It's like if you want to improve, if you want to have success, don't go out there and make drama with people. Don't insult. You can comment on drama. That's fine. But just make sure that you're not doing it in a disingenuous way.
Yeah.
Just be honest about it. Be truthful about it. Be yourselves.
Yeah.
And just do it. Fucking makes you happy.
Do it. Exactly.
Because honestly, if you do stuff that is good, wholesome, if you do stuff that you're enjoying, if you do stuff that's bringing you joy, then it doesn't really matter. Money will come. Money will find a way.
It will. It will. And if you have more command over your own time, that's the important aspect, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So,
final thoughts for Mr. Hot.
Well, as we've been talking to the best chats of all the YouTubes, try to keep your hobbies of licking doorknobs at a minimum, especially in today's pandemic times. And most importantly, just be positive to each other. Just be cool. And if you focus on that, I think life would be a lot better for a lot of people.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree. And so I wanted to thank a couple of people. Thank you to Viper Talon for hanging out in the chat today.
Yep. Really I hope you enjoyed the couches we had there and the free champagne.
We appreciate that support.
Yeah.
And it's one more here. This is, oh, you mean this is the community Monica and Jamie want? Yep. Calling out predators, letting women speak up. Sabbath has so much right to work at Funimation as Vic. I agree. I mean, that's here's the thing with Sabbath, his time is coming.
Oh yeah.
Make no mistake, the fact that he hasn't been called out now is not indicative that he's never going to be called out. He will be called out when it's opportune to be called out. He will be burnt at the stake when they run out of meat.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Karma will slap you back twice as hard.
It's a coming. He better start insulating those walls. It's going to be on. And Viper Talon saying this level of VIP treatment, I'm spoiled me for.
Well, hopefully we'll come back to all of this next week.
I'm sure we will. And I want to give a shout out to Drexel as well. Thank you so much.
Yep.
I know we didn't have the show. We didn't have. We talked about it.
Okay, he's with the Ricadas. He's basically visiting, and also they're planning out an actual payment plan for the walls that we're building.
The thing is like I know he wants to put all this shit behind him because he doesn't care what Q has to say, and I mean more power to him. I mean he doesn't have to respond to Q. He doesn't whatever. But I'm you know what? Thank you to Drexel for not getting mad that we're talking about him.
Well, I don't think he would. Drexel's a pretty good guy. So if he was upset with anything, he would let us know.
And if anybody wants to see, because I don't want to misquote Drexel, I don't want to misquote Q or anybody else. So go and watch the Out of the Darkness stream that had Drexel on last. Hopefully it's still up. I don't know if it is or not. You'll see it's the interview that he had with Drexel and CC and Puerto Rico and Q's Mama Q. So go check that out, and then after you watch that, you can watch Drexel's final thoughts on Nick Ricada's stream from yesterday, from Friday.
And you have to do it in that order, because if you don't, you will get lost and confused very easily.
Yeah. So be sure to check those out, because it's important stuff. If you're interested in that sort of thing. If you're not interested in that sort of thing, then don't watch it. But we talked a bit about it today. I don't want to misquote anything, so I'm just suggesting you guys go watch that for yourselves, make your own ideas about all of that stuff. And Gab is hoping for the Vic stream. Here's the thing. I'd like to get Vic on. I would like to get him on before things get super crazy. I just have to find the right timing. Erica hasn't got back to me, so it might just be us with Stan and Vic if all things go well. But I don't know. I'll have to reach out to Vic. I know there's been like a lot of stuff with his case right now, so I don't want to like bug him during the middle of that. But I'll probably reach out to him hopefully this week, see if he's interested at all in doing something. So we'll check out with that. So. But for now, thank you guys so much. Oh, what was this one?
Nope.
It was speculated that Vic was about to have a director's seat at Funimation. Yeah.
Yep, I know about that.
And Vic would have probably found out about Sabbath's casting couch and reported it. There's a lot of stuff that could have, would have, should have.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. We have until Con season 2021. Yeah, all of the conventions around us have been canceled until next year. We officially have the best convention in Ontario for 2021.
The bestest conventions Ontarians have ever seen in 2020. Default or not, just details.
Yeah. But so we're gonna roll the credits here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Keep your stick on the ice.
Be kind to each other.
And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
congratulations, and thanks for watching.